Okay, gamers. Oh shit. I've been knocked. I don't give a fuck about my intro song. I'm starting my stream now. Hi, bitches. What up? I was streaming with the gang. Let me go join the gang. I'm gonna join the gang, chat. I'm gonna join the gang. Hi, chat. I love you. I'm joining the gang now. Fuck my intro. I don't give a shit. What's an intro? Are you bitches aware Vriska's been sitting in the waiting thing for an undeterminate amount of time?
Oh.
I'm gonna blow up.
I'm gonna brown.
I'm gonna brown.
Vriska's just sat there.
How long has Vriska been there?
I don't know! Poor fucking Vriska. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
dragging them in.
Okay.
Vriska, how long
Where
have
is
you
your
been in there?
fucking...
Minutes.
Minutes?
Minutes.
5 minutes.
The
We
gang.
stopped playing Fortnite, we're playing Peem.
Where am I? Where are you guys?
Huh?
Oh, there you are. I was getting
Me
concerned.
when I Peem.
Modificaciones.
I couldn't find you. What?
Huh?
What?
Hey
Why
guys,
Attack.
what's a
What in the
Vulcan
hell?
and what's a DX12?
It's like
Doesn't
sauce.
matter.
Which one do I pick? I'm just picking the
Probably
one.
the list 12.
Only
So I may
online
have
friends
picked
are
the other
showing up.
one. So
What
We'll
mods are
see what
mods are running?
happens. Hold on.
I just
can
went for our normal one.
I can
I don't
send
know what our
the one
normal
I've
ones are.
got. They are the normal ones, but like with some extra that make no
I always
difference if you
use
don't have one.
I don't think I used the new ones actually. Hold on. Nobody go to those. Lemon, give it to me.
Yeah.
Hold
We're playing
on.
unmodded, right?
Oh, we're playing modded. We're fucking around and finding out.
Oh shit, okay.
I put the
Oh,
code in
yikes.
general gaming. Failed to find lobby. This invite might be out of date. What the fuck?
It is.
Oh
It
wait,
is.
wait, hold
It
on.
is.
I don't think I even started it modded. My bad. I'm doing my best.
Everything's a mess. Everything's a mess.
It's a lemon stream. It's supposed to be a
That's it, I'm
mess.
going back to Fortnite.
No, you're allowed to.
Yay.
Look.
Okay,
I made my whole
okay.
family have dinner an hour early for this. Okay, you bitches.
That's so real. I cooked my cottage pie an hour early for
A
this.
cottage pie. Okay, who is hosting?
I'm hosting.
Okay.
Oh yikes.
Because you can't
pie.
host
I
and
can
invite
host-
people when you have the other one open.
Managed to join me while I was streaming. I don't know what problem you're having.
That's Tursi.
What do you
Tursi
mean?
does crazy shit.
Tassie managed to
scared.
join fine. So did May, actually. While I was streaming.
Mm-mm.
Zonda invited me to play Peem. Oh my god. Hold on, let me switch to
No
my
way.
gaming.
Grim, you're not appearing. Oh, no.
I'm trying.
just
to
blind.
it. I'm
just blind.
trying.
I'm sorry, it's my fault. It's my fault.
I'm one of you guys now.
It's-
I'm going to make you help me get badges.
Oh
Give me
no.
1 second.
I
Give me
have
1
a
second. I have 1/4 of my update.
Is it what? Ooh!
Right,
I
Jesus
have.
Christ. I don't understand
What?
why everyone's so mad. Why am I dark green?
Are you using invoice or outvoice?
Oh, we should use
I like
invoice.
Invoice.
Let's use invoice. I'm gonna mute in piss.
I'm not sure if if my mic picks up.
You should deafen in piss, actually.
Oh, but what if I
instead
need
just
to
went
hear
to my own Discord
things?
so I don't
'Cause I'm not
lose
sure,
my
my mic just doesn't work in
PNG.
game.
I cannot be deafened
Okay.
in my own
I
piss.
can deafen so fine because I don't have a PNG tuber anymore, so that's fine. You're so
Why am I green?
so okay. Don't me. Hey, the thing it only cost me like 30 quid. Okay, this guy's not expensive. It's chill. Anyone can get this
no.
bitch.
Why's your mic so broken with this game?
Why is my passport invisible?
I wish I could turn you down, but I can't actually pause.
What, me?
Yes.
You don't get that choice.
I really want that choice.
You don't get that choice.
Mayo, I don't think you're real.
Why do I have a crown?
That's fucked up.
Is this like canon?
What?
Is this part of a mod or is this canon? This crown?
Why can't we access the settings?
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do that either. Maybe we shouldn't play this mod.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna alt F4. I'm gonna make a mod pack.
I
To be green.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah, maybe it's not a peak day for me.
I'm gonna make change the mod pack so
I'm
it's
back in your house.
just got
Hobbs is in my house.
oh god, that's too many options. Okay, I'm literally gonna make a new one that's literally just got the more players thing.
Yeah.
Create new no players, and that's it. Online which one does that even?
Mm.
Oh my god,
I'm just here to play Peem.
I know, and I love that for you. Game we
Peem.
playing? We're playing Peem.
Peck.
I might have to wet a cloth to.
Are
hide
you
under.
In
okay?
Peck?
It's
In Peck?
warm.
Peak
We
Unlimited.
must-
There we
it's
go.
there's a new update out.
Download
So there's a desert thingy kind of
dependencies.
place now.
Yeah.
Him.
What was the other one? It was like player catch up or something.
We're playing Peck.
Bing. I'll be back.
Reconnect
We're playing
catch
Bing.
up. Here we go.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Hannah.
Where are you all going? Bingo?
And then peak text chat. That's all we really need, isn't it?
Wait, I understand that reference. Friska. That was a really good
Yahoo!
Resident Evil 4 reference.
Thank you.
Uh,
Let me get
It took me a minute. but I got
code.
it.
Yahoo!
I like that. That was
Yahoo!
good.
You must endure my mic for 2 days. 2 days more.
Okay, new code. Let's go.
Okay.
What the beam?
What the Peem?
What the peak?
This one
what
might
the
work
peak?
better.
Let's hope.
Yeah, my previous one crashed.
Yeah.
Beam.
I should have tested this before stream, but unfortunately I was
You
simming
forgot. Oh.
Wow.
hysterically. Because I don't sim like a normal person. Simming is either
How are you doing, Hannah?
you hate college so much. Oh, is it that bad, Squiddy? What are they making you do?
Beam.
Team, you're on academic probation. Oh, that sounds serious.
What the fuck? What the hell?
What does
Oh.
that mean?
Did you
Oh
kill
yeah,
somebody
you
on
finished.
campus?
Why did you redeem Guide the Raid?
Did you kill somebody on campus? Oh my god.
Are you right? Okay. I see. We don't need to guide the raid, babes. Hang on, give me a second. Let me see if I can fix that.
Your risk of being kicked out if you fuck up too much? Ah. Oh dear.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Push to mute? Yes!
Yahoo!
What? Oh, fuck off what? Who are you telling to fuck off? And why?
I'm gonna,
Oh, that's
Please,
why.
refund you, Hannah, because you
Jesus.
only spent
Oh.
3,000 points on your phone.
That's...
Zonda! Where is he gone? Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's
And
hosting!
I am right back. My god, calm down.
I want
Dude
to
can't even go wet a damn cloth.
You
My
gotta have to do it
God.
faster. I'm trying to pee.
I was already at my desk about to press the button when you started complaining.
God, wait, chat, is there a big
You know what?
bong?
I'm now gonna
I'm
do the
looking at the
code
main
super
menu.
slowly.
Is there a bing bong stuck on the cactus?
Import new profile.
How long has been on?
There is a bing bong stuck on the
Like
cactus.
Oh, I'm so
profile
sorry, Squiddy.
on it.
Bing bong on the cactus.
Good.
What the
I
fuck?
couldn't see Bing Bong on the cactus.
Cactus bing
It-
bong.
It's in the menu. It's
Unable
like
to
on
find
the...
lobby.
Y'all need to calm down.
No.
Y'all need to calm the fuck down and slow the fuck
Anyway,
down.
unrelated.
My
Who is
God.
willing to let me
Mellow
eat
out.
them for an achievement?
I need to get left behind, so. I'm willing.
Excellent. That's wonderful. I'm so glad we could come to an arrangement.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added the get eaten achievement after the fucking after they added cannibalism and I ate someone. So what the fuck?
For real.
I'm so upset.
On COD.
I'm deafened now.
I don't know how many people I've already invited.
I still can't see
I
the
still-
passport.
I can't. I can't turn you the fuck down.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't get
Why
louder.
would you do that?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm working on it.
I'm leaving that chaos in the bag. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, the crown is canon. I have a
These
crown.
came out like today.
Look, babe, I have a
How do I
crown.
do this instead?
Yeah.
I don't know where I got this from.
Crazy.
Do you have one?
Is that works, right? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
How's that look, chat? Does that look okay? I don't wanna like fuck up you guys seeing what I've got in my inventory or my health or anything. Does that work? Oh, I forgot about chat.
Passport crab.
Yes,
I'm
evil
a-
passport crab.
I got a crown. Chat, should I have a crown? You should be fine unless you fuck up. Well, that's good at least. Or I could be a fast bitch.
Yeah, I'm good, okay.
I wonder which achievement I'm proudest of. Going fast is pretty neat. Maybe I'll have the crown. Does anyone else have a crown?
No. Maybe it's because you have the majority of achievements and it hasn't, like...
Maybe. What you two doing up there? That just... Uh-oh. He's falling. Hi. Oh, you got the ears. You got the ears.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Okay, let me go back to the invite kiosk. Let's
I'm like
Lamb.
constantly talking because my mic is fucking sensitive as shit and the TV is playing Call of the Lamb right now. So
That's pretty sick. Can you hear me?
Xander.
I can hear you.
Oh yeah. Look at my
It doesn't
crown.
matter because it does it regardless.
Wait, can you hear me in game?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You're so orange. Oh, Delta's playing Peak.
And Delta's playing Peak, holy shit.
Delta, Delta, Delta,
Wait,
yay!
let me leave
Do
the
you
call.
like my clothes?
You're clothed.
I got them for not taking any fall damage.
Nice.
Are you proud of
Delta with
me?
the self-care. I'll get
Be
you.
proud of me.
I am very proud of you.
I
Okay,
can't
take a
pause!
sip of water.
Fuck! Why can't I pause?
Oh, I also cannot pause.
Maybe we can when we do the. Oh no.
Oh, maybe. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
See, the problem is we
Oh,
can't
no.
play without the mods because we have more than 4 of us.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm up here. Oh! Oh my god, Squiddy, you're getting dual fishing going on right now.
Hi,
Babe,
Chris.
could you put my phone on charge?
Fishing on 2 fishing games at the same time. It's gonna make Squiddy's head explode.
Hello. Oh my god. I have a new. I was about to pitch a game idea to you, but okay. I'll just fucking stay up here.
Hi,
Actually, you know what?
Riska!
That's fine. I can't remember how to emote. How do I?
R.
I don't jump.
Bit delayed.
Hi, Xander.
Is there any extra time or extra support they can give you? And maybe put things else in the meeting.
Hi, Xander.
Help!
Who knows?
Fuck.
Oh, what have you done, Lemon?
I'm trying to
Jump.
escape!
Why do you
Here you
keep
go.
doing this?
Because I want to escape. I really want to
Oh my
escape.
god.
I don't understand how you're doing this.
Jump and open up your passport. You kind of like bug through the walls a bit.
Okay.
Jamming themselves against the wall.
Wait, how do you do
Oh,
that?
actually, no, I shouldn't do that if I'm in shared chat. I was about to promote my partnership.
Wait, how do you?
I've escaped! I've escaped! I'm out here now! Is this shit climbable? Anyway, I'm out here now, guys.
I don't get how you did
I
that.
also, yeah, no, I'm.
And
I
you're
don't
not
even think I
telling me
can.
either. You're just laughing.
You jump, and then when you're at the top of the jump, you open up, you hold out your passport in front of you, and if you keep
I
doing it, after a while, you might get through the wall. You can't do
Oh, is
it
it
from
only
up
that
there.
wall?
You have to do it. You have to do it from the white bit. Yeah.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Look at the wall. Just fucking jamming yourselves against You guys look so fucking funny. You could
I
have
don't think I'm gonna get this.
Oh
How
my
d-
god.
How do I get the horns? You have to tell me. Which achievement is it?
I give up. I don't care enough.
Who are
I
you
got
eating
the
for?
horns!
I know, right?
Sorry. My
You don't
boyfriend
know
only
yet.
just giving me this information.
Oh my god! Wait! Can I get up here? Hold on. I'm I'm going on a mission. I'm on a mission.
Wait,
I'm off.
lemon, wait.
What?
Wait.
I don't know what's happening to me.
Oh my god.
We must. I don't think we can get over there, can
No. Guys, I'm gonna fall in the out of bounds area. Oh!
What's happening to me?
Oh, hi, Scoutmaster. I can visit the Wait, guys, can you see me?
No.
Wait, no. Come to the other side of the grate. Can you see me?
Why is my foot up there?
Grim. Wait, come
I?
back.
Wait, I'm coming.
No.
Oh
Over
wait,
here.
what the hell?
Hi.
Jail.
I got too close. No. Oh no. Oh, Delta's here.
Yippee!
Hi, Delta. Delta DB. Oh, hi.
Hello. Oh my god, it works.
Look at how. Oh, you've only got. Delta, have you
I
never
see.
peeked before?
I have. I'm just not using mods because again, it's like really low FPS.
No, your
Thankfully.
badges. Wait.
Oh, my badges? Yeah, no. We remember the last time when we got to the second area and then that's where we kept getting stuck.
That's it.
Yeah, that's as far as
Oh
we
my
go.
god, guys, we have to get Delta to the peak. Omega did it!
Oh no.
Help me!
How do you?
Uh,
I don't think you're allowed to do that there.
Look at the
There-
wall
oh, I
just
think I
jammed
see.
in the wall! Wait.
Oh, you're almost out. You're almost out.
Don't worry, Xander, I got you. I'm gonna climb up here. I'm like a bug.
What's the bug?
I did it again!
Hey, Delta. Delta, did you see the
oh god.
Helldivers Fortnite
Even
update?
covering my mic doesn't actually do
Did I
I've
see who it was?
escaped confinement! I've breached it!
Helldivers
I've
Fortnite
breached
update?
confinement!
Helldivers Fortnite
I
update.
wish, I wish I could change the sense.
I know it's not official Helldivers, unless it is, and I missed that.
Oh, Zombie, you're almost back.
All I remember is that there's
I'm
bows
struggling.
that look like they're straight from Fort, not
I want to
Fortnite,
see a Scoutmaster.
I feel like my ass is stuck.
Hey guys!
Hold on. Let me go.
Hey, Lemon,
Oh,
Lemon.
Now we're supposed to be going.
what badges
How
has this
close can
man
you
got?
get before you?
Oh, he hasn't got any
Why don't you
recognizable
try it?
ones. Hey guys.
No.
I got you, Xander, grab my
Yeah.
Look,
Oh, no, oh,
Scoutmaster's
my
here.
leg. My
What's
leg.
he doing
I'll
there?
bet you.
He's so skinny. Look at his feet.
Probably your legs are
His
up.
shoes don't fit. Did he used to look like
I
us?
think
God, I'm
it's
freaking
into
out.
the wall. Hey, now you got an arm there.
With the
Now
tubby
you got, like,
little
an arm.
hands?
We're making progress.
With the tubby little hands.
He's
Oh,
gonna
never mind.
mutash.
Oh, almost.
Oh, he
We
used
have a
no
leg stuck.
collision.
Oh, I don't know what's going on
Just,
anymore.
I could just jump
Yeah.
through him.
There's only one leg stuck in a wall.
Hey, Grim.
Why is my foot like that? Oh god.
Oh. Oh, hey, you made it. You rescued it. Let's go back out the window.
I'm out again. Hey.
Can we like?
How did you?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, can we like?
We're playing on default difficulty, gamers. We're gonna get Delta to the peak today. I'm telling you, chat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
Jesus.
What?
I still can't pause.
Oh, Vriska died.
No! We lost Vriska!
Oh.
I heard myself through someone's mic and it sounded like really good.
Things are not appearing in
What do you mean?
the
Oh.
things are not appearing in my inventory.
Oh.
Yeah, things are not appearing in mine either.
Uh-oh. Maybe we shouldn't have played that. Oh, we don't have a choice, though. We have to play it modded.
Good night.
Okay.
What the fuck? What happened to him? What the fuck? What happened to him? What happened to you?
I can't invite Vriska. It won't let me open the fucking thing.
Happened?
I got shot with a blowgun.
It killed you? Oh my god! Hold on, let me see if I can invite Vriska. I
What
cannot
happened?
invite Vriska. Fuck. I can't see what stuff I have on me. This is really disconcerting.
Yeah.
Got fucking taken out. Oh my goodness. Where's the fribsy? Where's the frisbee? Where's the frisbee? Where is it?
Ow.
Where's
Hey,
the
where's my
fribsy?
cocoa nuts?
Where's the fribsy? Who's got it? Where's the fribsy? There's the fribsy. Where's the fribsy? Where's the fribsy? Where's the whimsy? Where's the fribsy? Where's the fribs? Where's Bing Bong? You missed.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the button for push to talk?
Should be V, I think.
I think so.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Guys, we're getting left behind!
Cinder. I live it.
It's time to peek, chap. Where the fuck have they gone already? Oh, there's Grim. Grim!
Yeah.
Hi! Am I wiggling? There we go, now I'm wiggling. Oh, hey.
Hey.
What the fuck is up with the items? That's so weird. That. I want it. Not that I can see it. Oh, oh hey Omega. Oh. Fuck is that? A balloon? What? Wait, what does this do? God, I have a balloon!
I'm trying.
Oh my god! What the fuck? That's so cute! I wonder what I do with it. Maybe I just need more? I have a balloon. I can't believe you're dead already. My goodness. I can't believe
Oh,
it.
there you guys are.
Guys, look, I have a balloon.
I have a scout cannon.
Balloon.
You have a scout cannon?
I have a scout
I
cannon.
need more balloons immediately. I have to recreate that scene from Up with the
scout cannon,
child.
I'm guessing is like you put someone in it and then you activate it.
Yes.
Can you shoot me?
Yes, we
I was
can.
literally about to say. It's
Yes,
the
we
Xander
can
cannon.
shoot you. I think actually.
I want to get launched. You should. launch
We
me.
should get schmoovin'. I don't want to get
know how many
froggy.
uses it has.
You should launch me anyway.
Froggy as opposed to foggy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Launch me.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Launch me.
Oh.
Launch me.
Okay.
Xander?
Launch me.
I think Xander's gonna be shot.
Launch me.
Touch the cable that gives you Wi-Fi. Fresco, what the fuck?
You touch the cable that give you Wi-Fi.
Why would you touch the
Oh, I know
cable
what
that
that
gives you
means.
Wi-Fi?
Xander!
Launch me.
No, I think I know what Friska means.
I think she meant like right
Do
at
you
your
think
feet.
My
The wires are
my
for, like, the
balloon
router.
will last,
Oh shit.
but do you think it falls off
There's like
after a while?
Maybe it loses air after a while.
Give me the
Maybe.
thing. Give it to me. Give it to me.
What the fuck are they doing
It's
down
still
there?
down there.
You can't make me.
Guys, if you don't hurry
I will
up, we're
just
gonna
keep
get
throwing it
scout
directly at your
mastered,
head.
and it's gonna be your
Well, that's
fault.
not my problem. Xander stole my cannon.
Oh my
Your balloon.
god!
Lemon, your balloon. Your balloon. Your
My balloon!
They were looking down at them, and then I heard the balloon pop, and then
up there.
look up, and
Oh.
it's
You can
gone.
catch up to them.
It just
No.
popped.
Guys, we have to collect balloons. I want to see what happens if I tie a bunch of them to myself.
Where'd you find it? Was it in
I'm sure I
luggage?
could get.
Yeah, it was just in luggage. If you find a balloon, gimme.
Oh.
I have a flare
Aye,
for in
aye,
case I get
Captain.
lost.
True. There's green crispberries. I remember.
Green ones are bad, red ones are good, yellow ones are really good. Those are green. Hey,
It's like the
Omega.
opposite of
Oh shit.
What?
Did I not add Peem to my oh no.
Are you still playing
we doing?
Fork Knife on your stream?
No.
Playing Phasma on your stream.
Add Peem.
Oh.
There we go. Say things.
Man, those guys are slow. Guys, hurry up! We should go get you Scoutmastered for the achievement.
This is what the little girl is just thinking.
Ooh, a package. You started something. What have you done to
The
us,
up fiend.
Omega?
It's official. That's
Peem
the
all the way to the peak.
yeah. I was gonna say this is the climbing song now. It's like climbing
A package down there that we missed. Where are they? Where are you guys?
Xander got really injured.
What do you mean Zonda got impaled?
Xander got injured.
Oh my god, how?
Because he fell.
Oh my god, is he dead?
Not dead. Could be.
Oh.
Oh, that's good. I have a first aid kit. If Xander can get to me, I can help him.
What? You just giggling over
Oh.
there. What you giggling about?
I masterfully did that cinematography.
Did you?
I was like switching perspectives with each
Oh,
side of the conversation.
that's very good. I like that. 10 out of 10. Where, like, is he though?
Like, down.
Is he coming up?
I don't know where. I don't know. I just continued.
We can't leave him there. We'll get scoutmastered.
No, run away. Run away from the Scoutmaster.
Oh my god. Well, he either dies down there or he makes it up. Those are the two
Oh my God.
options. Wait, oh, hey, Delta.
I'm war farming.
Yep.
Xander's
Yeah?
I'm doing the piccolo pose.
Xander's no longer badly injured.
What?
Xander's no longer bad.
Is Zonda dead? Or is he just no longer badly injured?
I live. How you doing, Xander?
He sounds like he's doing great.
Oh.
Oh? Luggage.
Oh no!
Was that the sound of Zonda falling off something? Oh god! What was that? I wish I could see what I was carrying. Oh my god. Guys? Why am I always
I'm
climbing?
on my way. I'm done over farming.
Are you? Have you finished Aura
I am,
farming?
I finished, yeah. Or have I? Or have I?
Oh hey! Oh fuck! Ah,
Or
what
have
did
I?
you? Looking at trans beams is such a double-edged sword. You wanna elaborate on that, Squiddy?
I tried getting down
Ooh, Delta, you hungry?
A smidgen rich.
Look, there's Chris berries up here.
Very.
Hey, Leonida.
Oh! Oh my god, what happened?
I was gonna try and help Xander find a medkit that I threw at him, and then I climbed a little bit too far and couldn't get back. Tried to climb onto a ledge, and then fell into a deep-ass cave.
Oh my god.
So I just died.
Oh my god. Does Zonda need like help, or are we just leaving him to his own devices?
He's so fucked medically.
See, I don't have any medical stuff.
Well,
I mean, if he dies, I can go down and carry him up.
I would just leave him.
Oh no,
Okay.
yeah, I went a little too far up.
Alright. I mean, the fog won't start until we're all a certain way up. At least on this mountain. Oh, mushrooms. Are these? Oh no, these are bad mushrooms. Those are bad mushrooms, Delta. Eat Zonda.
Oh, then
I'm
should
gonna
grab him
eat
one then.
Zonda, just not yet. I'm saving him for later. Something is
True.
going on down
So
there.
Xander launched himself.
Oh my
Xander
god.
launched himself, and now he is dead.
God,
Go.
great! Well, not so great. I bet that was really funny on his screen, though. It's okay, guys. I'm a
That was
pro.
the most fun thing I've ever done in my entire
Oh,
life.
hey!
What an amazing.
It's okay, guys.
Amazing
I'm a pro.
experience.
I'm a pro peeker. I can get us up this mountain.
yeah.
That rock looks like it's got a little face and fangs on it.
Yeah, that might have
It
hurt.
does. It looks like a Kirby.
Yeah, it's okay. I can make it to the peak for everyone.
Yeah,
I
make
can
it to
do
the peak
that.
for everyone.
Yeah. Can I have the backpack?
You love my ass cave.
What? Excuse me. I don't know about that, Grim. I don't think I do. I don't think I do like your ass cake.
You know, surprisingly enough, Lemonade, I don't think I was talking to you. Mayhaps I was talking to my boyfriend.
I don't think I agree with that.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Climbed into you.
I don't want you to like my ass cake.
Great. Like, okay. Because I don't. I say this. I say this with the most love in my heart. I don't like your ass cave, and I don't want to.
Oh, but it's such a good ass cake.
No, no thanks, actually. I'm okay. I'm okay without that, honestly. I'm alright,
Okay, that's good.
thanks.
That's good. That's good. That's
No
good.
other wafers
Did not be something else.
Okay.
It's not even an video window.
Oh, we're not gonna get the thing from the statue because you bitches can't stay alive for more than 5 minutes.
Whatever.
Oh, that. Oh, now the fog
Complain all you like.
rises. I will. I'm going to.
Some food.
That's green!
It wasn't.
Oh, you poisoned me!
Everyone
Oh
cook
my
your
God.
marshmallows.
Everyone eat your marshmallows.
My below.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's the tropics. Where does the other place come in? The new one.
I have no clue.
It replaces the Alpine. Yep.
So no more Alpine at all?
No, they swap out. So all
Oh,
this
so it's like
week,
a random chance.
yeah, but this week, cause it's the new, we're only getting Mesa.
Alright.
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh,
Okay,
get
fair
past
enough.
this one.
Oh, Delta, don't
Oh
you
my
fucking
God.
worry. Don't you worry. You've got an expert peeker right here.
I mean, it was only me and you who made it past the first level, so I do trust you the most.
Yappa.
That's true. I am
Elimination alone.
I am an expert peeker. I had all the achievements until they added new ones. You can tell on my crown. The crown says
Oh,
on
I
it,
thought that was
expert peeker.
I
There's a
thought
piton here, Delta. Come
that
grab
was
it.
just because you went to Burger King.
No.
Hold on, I'm on my way.
You should
thought you
keep
just went to
this in
Burger
your hotbar, Delta, because if you run out of stamina, you can panic place it. Oh, I don't need
Yeah,
that.
I didn't.
now you do.
No, I don't. That thing's not particularly useful, especially since we don't have an Alpine. All that thing does is it keeps
Yeah.
you a little bit warm. Oh, don't eat the yellow bananas, guys.
What about? Oh wait, no, Kingberries are bad too, right?
Kingberries are good, but only the purple ones.
Oh, I got a one right here.
Yeah, purple kingberries are really good. Purple kingberries are some of the best food in the game. Well, aside from the stuff you get in the packages. Is the only way to ride, or is the right way around? What? What? You got
Where
the
did you go already?
balloon! Come on! Ooh. What do I have?
Over.
I'm up. I'm up. I'm just up.
Oh, I see you. I think you went on this very neatly placed path.
But this is so annoying not being able to see what I have. It's really disconcerting, actually. Not knowing what I've got in my pockets.
You've got more pockets in your pocket, huh?
I can't see what I've got. It's really weird. I'm guessing it's a one of the mod dependencies bugs. Oh hey, there's not much up here. You'd be better off following the other guys. I don't know how to do that though.
So you're the expert.
Yeah, that's true. I mostly came up here for loot. I'm gonna be real with you, Delta.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on, if you climb down the edge, where I am, where are you, Delta? Yeah, climb down here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's a pretty good
How do
ledge
I-
here,
how do I-
and then I'm gonna jump to the, yeah.
To the vine
Aye.
right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Good
jump
morning.
to this. If you grab the
Whoa.
tree as you jump, then you don't take the full damage.
Yeah. What about this vine over here?
That could also
I don't think I'll
work.
make it very-
It doesn't really go to
don't
the
think I'll make it
ground
very-
though, is the only thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get very far.
Yeah.
Oh, I made it.
There's a kingberry in that tree somewhere if you can grab it. Oh, you're already on your way down.
I got one already.
Yeah,
I got
that's chill. Okay, let's go find out where the others went and maybe ignore their route entirely if it sucks. Ooh, kingberry. I want that. Have it. Okay, up we go, I guess. Oh, I'm going up that way.
Bananas. But
Those
these are
ones,
evil, aren't they?
No, those ones are good. It's only the pink ones that are evil.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab them.
The yellow ones are good. The blue ones are also good. The brown ones are really good because they give you a little bit of extra stamina. So these brown ones would be really good to
Ooh,
grab.
There's a remedy fungus.
Ooh, grab that.
The-
Stick it in your hotbar, and if you fall off something, you can maybe throw it as you're falling. And then if it lands on the ground where you are, even if you get knocked out, it'll heal you.
Oh.
I'm just kind of going places. I will say I'm a really bad person to follow because I'm too used to doing shit by myself. You just kind of wander off.
Hold on, I have an idea where you went.
Ow. Whoops. Ooh, first aid. I'm gonna eat this right up. What?
Thank you, Rain. Yep.
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah! I'm gonna head up this way. I don't know if it's a good way to go, but it feels good in my bones.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I see.
Yeah, I'm
No,
just
that's
waiting for the
okay.
rain to go first, but we gotta get a move on climbing up, otherwise we're gonna get fogged.
I'm gonna get fogged up.
Careful, those purple plants are poisonous.
True. Wah wah.
Why am I seeing a cannon over there? What have they been doing? What, what have they been doing
what on
over
earth
there?
are they doing?
What have they been doing? Why do they have a cannon? What have they been doing with it? Ugh.
This is the Delta London, the side plot where we get stuff done.
Yeah,
I mean, they're the
they'll
B-
all end
honestly,
up
no,
dead.
They're the B plot.
We are the
They're the
B
B
plot.
plot where they get
Oh,
on
they're
the-
the B plot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones who get up to shenanigans and probably die in an explosion.
They're doing like they're gonna get in like a rocket ship. that they
Yeah,
made
we're
to
doing
blow up
okay
the
though,
way.
because the fog hasn't even started yet. And
Yeah,
we're already up a little ways. Oh, this looks good actually. Okay.
I guess
Okay,
I'm there.
if you shimmy here, you can kind of walk, and if you keep walking forward, you'll regain your stamina.
Ooh. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's a good idea. I was thinking of the other spot. This could be it. The thing where you can shimmy on the wall to stay on it is like, it's like something straight out of Roblox.
It is. It's very
Or like-
Skyrim horses. I feel like.
True, that too.
Yeah.
If this game had like a mount, it's gotta have like. the
Oh, hey
stem, like,
guys!
Physics on it.
Hello there.
Guaranteed.
I've got you.
Oh my god!
What was that?
My backpack.
Is anyone hurt?
Oh,
We have a
I
lot of
caught the rope. I'll
Where
bring
did
it
my
back.
backpack go? Oh my
I just saw a rope.
god.
Was it the thing that blew up right there?
No, what the fuck? Okay, my backpack just like flew off into oblivion and I don't know where it went. Oh, that's it. I'd go back for it. It had really good stuff.
Good luck. We lost our back. What do we do now? Wasn't it just went down?
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
It's okay, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay,
It shouldn't take me too long to get back up. It only fell down a little bit.
Okay, we got a band-aid.
Oh, hey, babe. What happened to you?
Gravity.
Does it have anything to do with that cannon I saw?
Yeah.
Fucking
He
knew
shot
it.
straight.
I
He
fucking
shot
knew
straight
it.
up and then
Oh,
landed
don't
right
put it
back
on me.
down.
Oh no, because they pop.
That's too late now.
Fuck.
I've been waiting to give you that for a long time.
Oh, you should have put it in my bag.
We were struggling for space, so I guess
What
it was
happens
for the
if I-
best.
Oh. I kind of like don't take full damage. That's
That's
neat.
the point of having the money.
Yeah, but I want to see what happens if I put like 3
Oh,
on.
that would
There's
have
a
been
medkit that'll make it through.
Like if I put 3 on, do I just start floating away?
I have a bandage on me.
Just what about? Is anybody injured? They could use the. remedy.
Nah, I'm good. I'm
And then
good.
grab the medkit.
I'm chilling.
Farm.
If we have to choose
No,
between bandage and medkit, we should choose the medkit because that's better.
Yeah, I mean I have a bandage on me.
The medkit's a little further down.
Sinks into the floor.
Pardon me.
Bless
Kill
you.
mailman.
Oh,
Oh, I think I know
Kill
where I'm
him.
going.
Kill mailman.
what? You want me to kill
Anything.
him with a remedy fungus? That's
No.
just gonna heal him.
No. Kill him.
Bye, guys.
I did see that mine, but I don't know if we got the stamina for that. Oh,
Yeah, you do.
well, maybe we.
Kill mailman.
I can't kill me on
Kill
that.
him murder. Kill him
I can't. I cannot do that.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
This is totally the way.
Murder.
Totally 100%. You guys
Okay,
can
never
do
mind. Yeah,
it.
I think we
Oh,
got enough.
fuck.
Kill mailman. Put him in the fog.
I don't know how I'm going to go about doing that, but if I'm able to, I will consider it.
Good. Good. Good.
Why are you barefoot?
Are you like okay? Oh, there goes my loon.
Kill mailman.
Why? Why'd you want him dead so bad?
That is information you will not need to complete the task.
I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that's kind of a close one. I
What
have
did
my
he
arm.
do to you?
Yeah, there you go.
I forget.
I don't want to do that, Brian. That Brian
What,
wants
over
to.
to the tree?
No, but like you get on it and then you go up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What, the one that goes from further down? Oh, that one. Where are we going from there? I'm intrigued by this. Is there green up there?
That seems like you'd use all my
Yeah, a little
a
bit.
bunch of extra stamina.
Yeah, that seems like I only got a little bit left.
I'm honestly kind of thinking, what if I...
That tree.
No. Up this way.
EMS?
I was on stamina.
Oh fuck. Grab!
I couldn't. All the way. All the way down.
Oh dear. Well, there goes my expert status. Hi, Grim.
Mayo Man's turn.
Hey guys. So
So, how are we supposed to do that?
I would go up Grim's method.
Come.
Yeah, up there.
Either
yeah.
that, or you can
I
go
was-
across to the tree and see if that's any
Yeah, I
better.
was thinking the tree.
We
I have
eat-
some extra stamina, so I'll see if it's any better.
Okay, I ate my kingberry. I have a lot of stamina now. I think I could do it.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I
can
was
take
really
it all the way
hoping there'd
over.
be more green there than there was.
No, no green for you.
No.
Oh,
Eh.
perfect. All right.
Eh.
Good morning.
Good go keep Grim company. Hi, Grim.
Hey,
I'm keeping you company.
are they coming up?
They're working on it. They've gone the tree route because they're scared they don't have
Oh,
enough
okay.
stamina for your one. And
Oh,
obviously
yappa yappa.
no one has enough stamina for my one. Not even me.
I'm sorry I couldn't grab you. I
It's
actually
okay.
like I looked and I was like I literally couldn't look over the edge without dying.
So, Squiddy, you tried to fish in
Oh, for fuck's
Google?
sake.
Oh, Squiddy. Oh no. Squiddy and they muscly
Do you think this would help you, Lanada?
If only.
What about this?
Nah, I'm alright.
Can it stop raining? Oh my god.
No. Honestly, you can, if you actually head where I'm hovering, that's grass
Oh.
here. Yeah. This is looking better.
Nice.
And there's a package up there too. I'm going to go
Yippee,
assist
yippee,
the
yippee.
Delta. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, please do. Oh!
Oh god. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Oh,
do
where's
it. Don't
Omega?
do it.
Where's
no,
Omega? Where's Omega? Where's
no! Wait,
Xander wants me to.
wait.
Xander wants me to.
Wait for the opportune moment.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Xander.
Xander.
You got a little guy behind you.
Xander.
Yes.
I will.
Grim? Where the fuck are you?
Hey, Grim.
good.
Omega can kind of hear
No, he can't.
you. Yeah, he can. Omega can totally hear you, dude.
I don't believe he
100%.
can.
Yeah, he can. He can hear
No,
you.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can.
I can hear you from where
No,
Omega
no.
is.
Nah, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Wow, that took a while. Hey, Delta. Oh,
I
you're
don't know
doing
where I'm
so
going.
well.
If only there was the Lenada alive that knew where to go.
Honestly, I'd head. See where I'm
Like
hovering?
right there.
Head in this direction.
Yeah. That's what I
Go
was saying. I
come
was like,
down
that
from where you
spot
were.
looks pretty-
Yeah. Head to the spot
This-
in the fog. Because that fog can't hurt you. It's just edge of world fog.
I was gonna say, it's like this looks pretty
Fish.
climbable. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
if
No,
you had to
this is
something.
totally climbable.
Looks very Omega-able.
Yeah. You're so right.
Boo boo.
Boo. La boo boo. Boo boo boo.
Oh, if you got this, yeah, you got this.
Abola boo boo.
Abola boo boo.
Apple boo boo.
Abola boo boo. Oh, hey, Zonda.
Okay.
God! Jesus fucking Christ, Omega.
It started to rain.
Oh my god.
I was
The
gonna
rain
s-
partway through the climb.
Oh my god, that's what happened to me!
yeah,
That's what
this,
got me! Rain bad, rain dangerous.
It's happened to me like 3 or 4 times now.
Oh,
Where
Delta.
it just
That
starts
hurt.
raining in the middle.
Ow.
Yeah, you
my
little
climb.
tootsie on the floor.
That was a Youchies.
Yeah, you got it though. You getting there.
Watch out for the
Yeah, just keep
one of
going
the plants and
further into the
landmine.
fog, honestly. Oh, you could also double back on yourself. I think that's the way Grim went. But honestly, you're so
Yeah, I
far,
see
you're close
there's a
enough that
luggage.
you can just go wherever you feel like, and you'll probably get up. Hey, Grim, how you doing? What are you? Oh my god! What the fuck, Grim?
I fell.
Yeah, no
fell
shit, you
tower.
fell.
It's okay.
You
It
can
was
go
fun.
this way.
Kind of.
Go this way.
Yeah, I know.
I'm helping. I'm so
Everything's
helpful.
fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
Don't touch it.
Damn.
Is Omega okay?
Oh yeah, they're both alive. They're doing great. Uh-oh.
Okay, well, I
Are
don't
you
think, I don't have
stuck
enough
in this
comments for that.
hole? Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
be real mad if I am.
Oh, that's really funny. I'm gonna go tell them.
Funky
Hey
truck.
guys, Grim's stuck in a fucking hole.
LMFAO.
They can't get out. They don't have enough
That's
stamina
recorded.
to get out.
That's quite unfortunate, yeah. Unfortunately, I already threw my remedy mushroom. And also, you also threw out the medikit that you were carrying.
I have.
I see you
another
over
one.
there, Zonda.
You have 2 medikits? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
You
that's
say
why I
that.
threw another one.
Oh, that's fair.
I wanted to have space for the shell fungus.
Oh.
I'm
What
so
does the
mad I
shell fungus
died. I
do?
had so many good
can-
items in my backpack. I had. Oh
cooked
wait,
it
there's a
and
luggage.
everything,
There's
and
a
I
luggage
couldn't figure
behind
out
you.
what it does.
Oh my god.
I see
Delta's
that.
got it.
No, I don't. What luggage?
tick.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to destroy you.
luggage?
Open the
I'm like
fucking
hiding. I'm
luggage.
standing in front of it, so you
Open
can't
the
see it.
fucking luggage.
There's no luggage. What are you talking about?
There's another
Ooh,
luggage over there.
cookies. And
I don't have space for
Which is
anything.
definitely
Is the
not
problem.
just- I no longer have space, but I'll take a look.
Yeah,
at
but
it.
if it's food, you can just shove it straight in your mouth. There's another
that's true.
luggage. What
True.
if
I
it's food?
Where?
Oh, I see it.
Where?
Mega's
Where's the
got it.
luggage?
I see it.
It's back behind
Oh.
you. You can keep going
Oh,
though.
I-
You got to see if you can find Grim. Oh, Grim
I
made
have-
it. Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying
waiting.
attention. Are you okay? I have wonderful news about Grim.
And live. Portable
Yes.
stove. Yippee!
I had one of
Um,
those. I had one of those once.
Yeah, okay. We have a portable stove now, and that's all I can carry.
on fire.
What the fuck is on the... What the fuck? What the fuck? Zero hesitation.
Set yourself on fire.
Set yourself on
I hear-
fire.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh look, there's all the stuff. Wow, this is really
Bum, bum,
weird.
bum, ba-da-dum,
Top
bum.
of the mountain generation.
Oh god.
Never hurt anyone.
That's. Oh
Yeah,
god.
it's a little bit
You got
Go
this.
to the fire.
There's luggage down there. Look at this, like,
Bum,
Why
bum,
is
bum,
Sanders so
ba-da-dum,
filled
bum.
with homicidal rage?
Go to the fire.
'Cause
Oh look, you're just above the hole, Grim Felon. The you can tell because Grim tried to desperately use his shelf fungus to get out and failed.
Oh my god.
You
Bum,
did
bum,
it!
bum,
Now
ba-da-dum,
resurrect me, bitch!
No, don't do it.
Gonna do it.
There's
Do it, Grim.
luggage down here.
Do it,
We
Grim.
did
Don't do it.
Oh,
Yes. Sleep.
Just kill him again.
don't leave it like,
No.
get me up! Get me up! Please.
I got a mega.
Sleep.
Wait.
Go to
I
the
can also- I
statue.
can also-
Over the cliff.
Go to the statue.
Wait. Delta, wait. Delta, wait.
No, don't give him that. Don't give him that.
No! That's not gonna help me. The
Oh.
antidote is
Well.
not gonna help.
Oh, hey guys. Oh, why am I hungry? Why did I come back from the dead hungry? What the fuck?
We always come back from the dead hungry.
I wouldn't know. I don't come back
There's
from the
no
dead very
food
often.
in the afterlife.
I don't die a lot.
Okay, pro.
Lucky you,
What?
lucky you ain't that
Green
wild.
team bearing, green
Okay,
team
pro.
bearing.
I am a pro. I got all the achievements.
Okay,
Hello,
okay. Look at
Mesa.
that.
Wow. There's a secret.
I'm gonna touch a cactus.
What is that?
Of course.
Ow!
Oh fuck.
I took the damage, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want to slide this much, please.
Guys,
What?
What?
I don't have space for all this shit.
Wait, is there still stuff up there? Just throw it off the cliff. I'll put it in my bag.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah, we'll do for now.
Ow!
Oh.
What do you mean, ow?
I
Good night.
fell. Gravity is my mortal enemy. Ouch! 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 Ouch!
We go like a
What if
bite.
you tank fish?
It's a
because
command.
I think. Yeah.
In
Lemon
my,
has, like, a
chat.
game within her stream. Yeah.
I have a little fit. So does Omega, but I don't think he has it on while he's playing. It's a little game where you
No,
can
I do-
catch
I
fish.
should have it on. I think it's just board game. Like, did you know that you're a fish?
Is it like?
Yeah. Ow.
Oh, it's hot.
It's really hot. I don't know how we're supposed to move through it.
It's not hot in the shade.
See what Arizona's like. Yeah.
Guys, I found
So you
something.
Oh, no,
just
don't
have
worry.
to stay. Oh, what you got there, babe? What is that?
It's red. I'm eating it.
Is it a beetroot?
Oh, don't
You've
don't
got a
eat that.
thorn in your mouth. Do you want me to
Ow.
get rid of that?
Oh, that's.
Can you get it out?
There
oh,
we go.
thank
I
you.
got it. You gonna?
Here, I'm gonna feed this to you.
Oh, ow.
I'll remove the thorn.
Okay, thanks, babe.
Stop moving. I can't.
Sorry.
Okay. So I guess we can eat it. We just need somebody to help get the thorns out.
Yeah.
or
Oh, hey
something.
guys. If we stay in the shade, it's good. What happens if you walk in the cactus? You should walk in the cactus. Stop to it! Oh no! Oh, babe.
God damn.
I'm so
Guys,
sorry.
I don't feel so good.
It's really
Stand still.
Uh-oh.
Still.
Stay still, stay still. Okay. There you go. Oh, 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 oh.
Everything.
That
The
hurt.
fruit. Hold on.
I want the fruit.
Oh shit, the
Don't
sun's
eat that.
moving.
Don't eat that.
Yes!
Don't eat that.
Why not?
You get thorns in your mouth.
Myself.
Delta just fell.
What happened?
Hold on.
You can eat it. Somebody just needs to remove the fans from you. I mean, fans. Remove the thorns. Why are you built like that?
My number one fans.
Why
Hold
are
on.
you
Let me.
holding it like that?
I'm climbing up here.
I mean, it's probably pretty.
There's
safe to
something
hold-
up here.
no.
Are the fruits evil?
The sun is moving.
Yeah, it does that.
Has it? We should have
Does not.
a few moves around.
I'm experimenting.
Oh, there's a tumbleweed.
There's a tumbleweed. Oh wait. Okay, we gotta stay here for a second while we wait for the sun to move, I guess.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hey,
Ay, ay, ay.
what is that?
Okay, I see where it is. I see where we need to go now.
There's like smoke up here.
Oh, capybara.
Capybara!
Capybaras.
Nope, there's none that bit.
Ow.
Retreat! Retreat!
I'm home. Oh, but there's really nothing. Oh, we just got.
What is that? What is that? I'm running away! I'm running away! What is that? Oh, I'm running! I'm running! Oh fuck! Guys! 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 Oh shit! Guys! Guys!
Oh God, help me! Oh shit, where am I? Oh,
Hey babe!
I'm stuck to the cactus.
Oh no! Oh no! Here, come here, come here! I'll get the thorns out you. Oh, you're so
Help me.
thorn. Oh, babe.
Oh, I think a tumbleweed hit me into a cactus. I think I still want the
I watched that. Wait, you still got thoughts. I saw that happen. It was really funny.
Well, that just happened.
It was really funny. I think there's like a sneaker thing here, but I don't know how to find it. Oh, that's a tumbleweed.
There were capybaras.
Where?
I think we're.
Where are the bars?
No.
I think we're. Tumbleweed.
Okay. I think the luggage is a mirage.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm just
God,
realizing
actually.
this. Yeah, I've just came to that conclusion myself, actually.
Some of the luggage is like an illusion.
It's a humorous. Oh my god, yeah.
I think so.
You okay? I saw that.
Fine. Just
got hit by a high-speed
just
collision.
put me on guard. That's all.
The evil tumbleweed.
Yeah, the evil tumbleweed, indeed. Oh my goodness, guys, we should get moving while it's nighttime when we're not getting burned.
True. Dude, we're not even at the wall yet. It's all the way over there.
Oh my god, wait, can I ever go? Can I ever go?
I'll see y'all later.
Wait, I wanna go.
Get in it. Just be in front of me.
Oh,
fuck.
no! No!
I think he's dead. I think he's dead.
Steak. This is so upsetting. I'm so sad. Guys, this is something
The fuse is
approaching.
seared,
Guys,
though.
guys, behind you! Guys, we should leave! We should leave!
No.
We should leave!
You should
Fine, this is
listen
good.
to me.
Here's
Listen to the
like-
words I'm saying.
Wait.
Listen to the words I'm saying. Listen to the words
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
Lemon. There's a canyon.
Do you mean this?
I think this is a really. I don't know where I fell, but it was really deep.
Grand cat.
Oh. Intriguing. You feel very spoiled? Why are you spoiled, Squiddy?
Oh, fuck! Spoiled of game.
Oh.
Hey Lemon, it's not an easy jump, but if you jump from like, oh, you need to jump fast. You need to.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Is something happening?
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, look at that kid! It just keeps going. Look, you found me.
I'm alive. So that's
My
something.
cornberries over there, if you want.
It's still thing in my backpack. Hey guys, I'm still alive down here.
Yes, it was. You jump and then jump.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh god. Guys. Oh fuck. Why did I do that? I picked up the cactus. Tell them to help me. Tell them to fucking help me. Tell them to help.
About to get your shit right.
Tell them to help me. Please.
Rest in peace. Rest in cactus.
Oh no. All the way down there? Brother, that's not happening. I'm not dead yet. Wait. Do you need bandage?
Oh god.
Oh no, Lemon is dead.
Too fucking late,
Yeah.
bitch. Too late.
I-
Too late.
I don't know what you expected me to do, I won't lie.
Down there with her.
No. I don't think so.
This
What
game
happened to
is-
never dying, Lemon? What happened to never dying?
Look,
Lemon?
my game's lagging.
Oh, sure.
Shut up.
Sure.
But it is.
Sure, okay.
I'm turning off Spoofy.
Guys, it's daytime.
Yeah, I'm not
Guys.
enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this. This is not
Yeah.
good. This is not good. I don't like touching grass. This is weird.
Double flipping.
Oh! I forgot her. I forgot what Sandra grass is. Crazy. Okay. I am a lucky little sucker, because I've got...
Hi, Delta.
Good morning.
Oh,
How's it going?
Double fishing.
where's Lemon?
Well,
Hi.
you know, around.
I didn't
Oh,
realize.
good morning.
I didn't realize I was in a rock. I'm gonna be honest. I could see through it, and
Good
it did.
morning. Sunday morning.
Delta, are you
Oh,
okay?
yeah,
Oh, there's sunshine up there.
I am very injured from the collision from the cannon.
Ah, yes.
I used the cannon
Yes.
to get away from the tornado, and about like
Oh.
a quarter of my
Nice
health is just gone.
fucking killed me.
Yeah.
I think I got lucky. It didn't land me at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, I hit every single rock up on the way down.
Oh,
So
no.
did I.
Yeah, that would
And
do
then
it.
I survived. Then I went, "Ooh, is this edible?" And it wasn't. It was not edible.
You picked up a cactus.
There's a something over there.
Yeah.
What is that? Wait, Delta, there's a something over there.
If you come here, I have a remedy.
Wait, there's little crabs. Wait, Delta, turn around. There's little crabs. Wait, there's little crabs. Delta,
I
there's little
saw,
crabs.
but I'm on fire. I'm on
Right.
fire.
Come in this little corner, and then I'll...
Renata, I regret to inform you that those are scorpions,
Oh.
not crabs.
You should touch those. I want to see what they
Yeah,
do.
my injuries are healed.
Well, no, I'm still on fire.
Delta, you should touch
No,
the
I'm gonna
crabs.
stay
I have
You
bandages
should
in
touch
my...
the little crabs. I
No,
want
I'm
to see
good.
what
I
that.
don't-
Oh, okay.
I don't
What
have
that
any more
crab do
injuries.
though?
It's a
I'm not-
scorpion!
Don't
What
make me put
that
you on crab
crab
fever.
do?
It's a scorpion, not a fucking
It's a
crab!
crab.
No, it's not! It's not even crab shaped!
Man, I don't want to be a crab
It's like a crab. It's
speaker.
got little
My
pinchies.
God.
It's got little pinchies. That makes it a crab.
That is... No!
Yeah.
No! They're
yeah.
different shapes!
Yeah.
They're different shapes!
It's got pinchies. It's a crab. If
mean,
it's
to be
got
fair,
pinchies.
Scorpions and crabs are not that different. They both have exoskeletons,
Yeah, they're
and they both have
bugs.
full fingers.
I'm gonna need you to
Shrimps is
shut
bugs.
the fuck up.
Shrimps is bugs.
I'm sorry, Zonda. I love misnaming things. It makes you so grumpy.
You're just incorrect!
And
You're saying
it makes
the wrong
it,
information!
and it makes it funnier. I don't know what to tell you. It's
Shrimps
a
is bugs.
crab. It's got a pinchy. It's got a pinchy,
Set
therefore it's
yourself
This
a
is not a good
crab.
idea. Megan, to follow me.
I'm already dead. What do you want me to do?
Ah, you put me in the sun!
Look at them all clamoring over the shit.
to hell.
The crab, the
Go to
pinchy.
double hell.
Oh, it's a pinchy. Oh, let it pinch you. I want to see what it do. What that pinches
Hey
do.
now.
What those pinchies
now.
do.
You picked it up!
Oh my god, can you eat it? Uh-oh. Eat it, eat it, eat it!
Would you expect that to
Munchies!
happen?
So tasty! Ow! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, the crab, it's a bad crab. That's
It's
a bad
holding your
crab.
microfish.
That's a bad crab. That's a bad fucking crab. Oh no.
Where's the band-aid?
Oh god.
Where's the band-aid?
My game
the
is
Band-Aid, where was
so laggy and I do not know why.
Yeah, I don't know if the band-aid is going to help in this situation. It's just a lot of
Yeah,
poison, ain't it?
Oh my god.
It was literally right
Oh
here.
my goodness.
The band-aid's in the bag.
I don't know.
It wasn't there, but now it's not. I think I took it
I
out.
can see it. I can see the band-aid in the bag.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actively looking at it. Okay, good night, Vriska.
Good night, Visca.
Get out of here. There it is.
It's still chasing you. Oh my god. It's a very persistent crab that isn't a crab. Not a crab. It's
Crap.
Ow.
Oh
You know,
no.
I passed out.
Hi, Mega.
Oh no. Oh,
Did
no,
you
no,
know? Did you know?
So,
They added-
Omega, don't touch the scorpions.
Did you know they added crabs to this game?
You know when you misname things, it makes Xander a little crabby.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh no, that was horrific. Babe, I'm so sorry, but that. Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
There's
me.
TNT there. Why was there TNT there?
Oh god, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Alright,
You should go
that's
see.
fine. Why did it automatically ignite itself? That's wild.
You were there. Did it make like
There's
a
another one
cave
to
you could go in?
to the right of you. Be careful of that.
Go to the
Or
right.
did it just? You should go to the right. Yeah. I kind of wish we could play this without mods, but there's too many of
There's
us.
luggage to the left.
Oh my god, there's so much.
But there's 2 luggage. Oh hey Delta.
Aww.
Did something happen?
I was poisoned.
I wonder how that happened.
I died while trying to heal Grid.
God damn it.
What's in the
Only
other
a
one?
fucking bandage.
What's in the other one? 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 What's in there?
Oh,
Food.
Oh my lord.
Cow cookies.
Mole, mole.
and a balloon.
Oh yeah, there is a balloon. You're gonna slide off the edge of the cliff.
I'll be fine.
Do we think Omega can make it all the way up this new mountain by himself? Oh, there's a tornado over there.
Yeah, surely.
Surely, right?
Yeah, surely.
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 Surely. Surely, right? Surely. You better make it entertaining. All of our streams are riding on you, Omega.
Hell yeah. I am the center of attention.
Is that a pickaxe? Oh.
The schnog.
Frog.
The frog rises.
Yeah.
The schnoz.
I'll get you.
Don't get you. Back to the biome.
Right to the
Look
bone.
at all that dynamite.
You should
fuck is
touch
that?
it, I think.
Oh, it's a pickaxe.
You should touch it,
What?
I think.
Oh, pickaxe.
You should touch that, see what it does.
Agreed. For science.
For science.
It's a minefield. It's
For
a
science.
goddamn minefield. I can't make it over
For
there.
science. Touch the pickaxe.
I can't.
For science.
I can't make it over there.
For science. You should touch the
Straight
Pickaxe
pickaxe.
is in the side of the thing you're
For
currently
science.
on.
Straight up mining
For
it.
science.
And by it.
Touch the
No,
pickaxe
what
for
I'm saying is
science.
it's a landmine.
Touch the pickaxe
It's
for
a
science.
landmine infested
For science.
wasteland.
For science.
Go there.
You should do it.
Science.
Science. Oh my god, we're so annoying. Wait. Do you ever just become
Oh my
aware
god,
of it?
watch out. Oh my god, watch out. Oh my god, watch out.
Oh my god, Omega, watch out.
behind you.
Omega, watch out. It's
Watch
right
out,
behind
watch
you,
out,
Omega. Omega, watch out.
Omega, watch out.
Omega, watch
Omega.
out.
There's a bomb right there.
Omega, watch
Yeah,
out.
I know.
Why are we so annoying? Why are we like this? Wait, oh, that thing's exploding. Oh, that thing's exploding. Oh, that thing's. Oh!
Okay, I made it out
So close. That was like it's like an action movie.
Hey, you said to make it entertaining.
Skyra! That upsets me viscerally.
Round ice cubes in milk? What
Why
the
would you
fuck is wrong with you?
Why would you do that to your milk? Why would you do that? It's already cold! What the fuck?
Ice milk. Should try that.
Oh no!
Oh, hey, there's another pickaxe. I don't think I can get to that though. Hey.
Foggy over there.
No.
I love
Alright, let's take inventory. Oh god. Okay.
You should touch the cactus
it. So it's the medkit.
for science. for science, you see. It gets
Invent your
colder.
portable grill.
Fire.
Yeah, but then you get the water like sitting on top and it's weird.
Yucky.
Yucky.
Oh fuck me.
What?
You guys see that?
Oh.
I didn't see that
Oh, look
either.
at that.
Oh, there's a guy there.
My word.
Oh my
The
god, the sun
generation
is
here
evil.
is interesting.
Guys, what happens if I make it to the top and resurrect everybody?
We'll have a party.
You get a badge and we don't, and I'll kill you for that badge. You get to be the person I eat at the end of the run.
I've already been left behind.
That's what you win. That's what you win. You win the
This is
glory
shit.
of being cannibalized.
And I get punished by not being eaten when I
You should have
volunteered?
survived. Oh. Oh, jeez.
Are you okay? Oh no, you're not okay.
Oh dear.
I'll be
Oh, there's
fine.
another one.
Actually, no, you have a well done medikit.
I'm gonna
Doo-doo-doo. I'll
I'm
be
gonna
fine.
start now that we've played it
Yeah.
or begun playing it. I'm gonna look at the patch notes.
Do 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 do.
Yippee.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I think you have to
Jesus
find
Christ.
puppies.
Squiddy with the treasure chest. Okay.
Goody, I'm gonna get you.
Oh fuck.
I'll catch up someday.
No, I'm like trapped. I just wanna open Steam. Please.
You
Oh,
get to
there
go
we
up.
go. Here we go. Let's read the patch
Is there
notes,
anything
chat.
up here?
We got the
That's a good
Mesa.
question. It's really far though.
You can get little growlers.
That's not it. That's not
Not gonna be it. That's definitely not it. Then.
They added sunscreen
Oh.
Oh, that would have been useful.
and
Oh my
aloe
god, I have an
vera.
idea. Look behind you. You see that cactus sticking out of the wall?
And there might be a.
This one?
No, the big one on the left.
There's
See that one?
apparently.
I don't think that'll work. Straight up.
There's apparently
Oh, no, this is-
something waiting in the kiln.
Something waiting.
Yeah,
My
like a
food.
surprise waiting in the kiln.
That my food's in there.
Cooking.
Gonna get my food out the kiln.
That's no excuse.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
big ball of ice and milk. Well, at least I'm not hungry.
And not hurt.
And not hurt.
It might be our one
Okay,
shot.
what does it do to you? What does it do to you if you don't have anybody to pull out the thorns?
I don't know. You know what? I think now is a great time to test that theory.
But we've made it so far.
Oh yeah, but we'll give it another shot. Let's be honest with ourselves, Omega. We were never going to top this mountain first try. Zonda, why are you glowing? Are you seeing that? Why
The
is he...
uranium.
Why is he glowing? What the fuck? What?
It's in yours made of uranium.
There's also the new achievements. You get one for eating another player. One called the Aeronautics badge, which just says achieve flight.
Right.
An astronomy
Maybe
badge
you've done that one.
for looking a little too closely at the sun. Climb past the mesa without
Probably with the binoculars.
climb past the mesa without ever having more than 10% heat. Shoot across the mesa canyon in a scout cannon.
Right.
Survive an Antlion attack. I assuming that's
God.
the Scorpions. Or something.
Antlions are different.
Are they? Ah. Needlepoint badge have a lot of cactuses stuck to
Is
you.
everyone dead?
We have one person left alive, and
Omega is doing pretty damn well actually.
And then there's
Oh, there's some
a badge just for climbing
berries on
past
the
the
left.
mesa. A 24 carat badge that just says offer the kiln a worthy sacrifice. And the ultimate badge, catch a flying disc from 100 meters away.
That's why you got balloons following you. They are little ghosts.
That's
They're
me,
tiny
I'm a
little
loon.
ghosts. If I do this. Oh no. Oh.
It's okay, he's
Holy
making
moly.
it. My game is so
I'm trying my
laggy.
best.
My belief is in you.
I wonder if playing this modded was a good idea.
No, 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 no! Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it just... Damn. That sucks. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Like, my game is, like, struggling. And I'm not sure why.
What the heck is that? Is that a mine shaft right there? From
I've only
Minecraft?
just noticed that
Yeah.
Where?
the little
Like, he just
the
passed it.
stamina, the stamina and health bar, they actually like
You should go in there.
wiggle. They're animated.
Oh, yeah, they are.
you're right.
I never noticed that before.
I think the thorns go off over time.
Do they?
Was
I
it
don't
that
think
small
they would.
before?
Yeah.
Because they don't seem
I'll
to
lose
be
my mind.
falling off.
Maybe maybe
Red prickleberry.
Don't eat it. You got a spike in your
like
mouth.
Yeah.
Ow.
It's called a tooth.
No! It's different. It's not supposed to be there.
Oh, sweet.
Airline.
Oh, there's also a badge for catching a frisbee from a really long way away.
Oh, we can do that one next time.
Yeah. It's catch a flying disc from 100 meters away.
We can do that, surely.
This has gotta be it. This has gotta be it.
Uh-oh.
No, there's luggage. Is there a way down there?
Not on my
Just
one.
gotta climb.
Little cave behind you, mayhaps.
Yeah, there's something behind you. It doesn't, it's not a dead end immediately.
Uh-oh.
Jesus!
Oh,
Okay.
you got it.
You and I'm base boosted.
Oh, you can go up, I think. Yeah.
Ooh. What is that? It's the sun.
Oh wait, Hannah up.
Oh, there's a scorpion over there.
Youch!
Oh, so the spikes do come off.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just takes a long ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Among Us.
Among Us.
Day 75. We're still in the caves.
The fog is coming.
Eh. What the fuck? Maybe if you jump through it.
I wouldn't want to risk it. Don't become one of the cave divers. No.
Yeah, there you go.
That was brilliant.
That was the cave, one of the many cave divers who died in the Devil's Bubble Cave or whatever it's called.
The devil's body. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're usually called, and it's like literally a 1 millimeter wide hole, and people try to.
Why though? Why people do that shit?
That's the same reason what we're doing. We're trying to get out of here.
I mean,
Wait, but
that's
there's a
true.
little mine shafty kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't seem to
that one
go
doesn't lead
anywhere.
Watch out, there's a
Oh,
scorpion.
there's a scorpion. There's a little man.
Pick it up.
That was so pathetic.
Oh my god, my game is so crispy crunchy. What the fuck? You're gonna have to like jump
Okay, let's
over
go
him,
past
dude.
them. Wait till you start climbing up again.
Wherever
and
if you
then-
ended up, you were like in the walls, dude. Like a little rat.
Go, go,
Go
go,
quickly, go quickly, go quickly.
go, 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 go. He's right behind you.
Okay, you're fine. You're
Little
chilling.
rat in the walls. The fuck?
Oh my god, it's following you. It's following
He's
you.
trying to follow. He's trying, but he's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. He's gonna fall right down.
If
there's
you
up-
go up past this cacti, it looks like there's a location.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Look at this man climbing barefoot, and he might actually make it. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
His feet are hurt.
It's
His
because
feet
it-
will be burning so much more.
He's got
My
the concrete
God.
grippers, that's why.
He has got those grippers.
The gripping. The shoes can't
Oh
grip.
no. What are you doing? Okay. You know that thing when sometimes it just
It
Makes
just
it like-
It
doesn't.
doesn't let you actually, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
just
it just
like-
won't, and
This
it
is
doesn't,
luggage.
and it ain't. Luggage.
Okay, I'm going to the toilet.
Okay.
I toilet. I
Grim
toilet.
kissing.
toy lord. Find
Toilet.
my toy lord.
Find my toilet paper.
Bandages.
Bandage.
That could be handy.
Good thing I have space.
Now it's opening up a lot, so the world
Yeah,
that
we have a
will
lot of
waste
options.
there.
Ooh, more.
Shit, that's not a heat
Luggage.
ride.
There's another one the other direction too.
Fish, fish. Fish, fish, fish.
Ooh, another grill.
Let's drink.
Sport drink, good.
That's cool. Jesse.
It's time to cook.
Cook the energy drink too.
Oh, I don't have anything else, I guess. Whoops. Gotta get
Cook
some.
the energy drink. Yeah. Surely if it cooked it's better. And it doesn't
Oh,
make you
yeah.
fall asleep.
No, it will make
don't
you
know.
fall asleep, but it'll
Surely.
give extra energy.
Oh.
That's all
What if you
cooking
cook a
does.
cactus, like the ones you can pick up?
I don't know.
It would still hurt, obviously.
Daytime, please go away. Oh, it's going away.
It's
fine.
moving, yeah, it's moving. In your favor as well. I'll make a look behind you. Get the dynamite. Like,
Just sort of chilling there.
yeah, I saw that. Like,
My
what the hell are
God.
you doing, man?
Oh my god, I'm spacing out. I should see if
It's a luggage right there.
W places back up.
Oh, sweet. Daytime is over.
Oh.
God damn it! I don't want this. I want food.
What is it?
It's the,
It's
oh, there's
a-
another
it's a
luggage
sports drink.
sit up. There's another luggage to the left. And medical routes. Medicinal routes.
Is W
I already
place
have-
back up? Let's have a look,
Yeah.
shall we?
I already have healing.
Yeah. Does it heal food? Maybe not.
It is edible, and it gets rid of hunger.
Jesus Christ.
The worst case, we're in the last ditch effort.
You could use
I
the
don't-
cannon.
I don't need this space. Well, at least I don't think I can carry it with me.
That's icing.
Oh.
Icing.
Looking pretty climbable. There's a pickaxe there.
You think a pickaxe is like a ping pong?
It could
Oh, no,
be.
yeah, maybe it's something you could grab.
I'm sorry, my stream is so crispy, chat. I
It is
don't
very
know
crisp.
why.
Alright, let's
My
see if it's a
game's really
ping pong.
crunchy right now. I don't really know why.
No, 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 no. Okay. Alright. It is a ping pong.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
a
everything's a-
temporary ping pong. It was breaking.
Whoa,
Oh.
Wobie, this is the Alpine but hot, isn't
Oh
it?
fuck me.
Oh.
No, 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 no! No, not like this!
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, there goes the run.
Alright. No.
Yeah?
We got cookie band-aid.
Is it?
We
Is
have
it
a sports
fine?
drink for some stamina.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and it's squeeze too. Hell yeah. Oh my god, wait. I think you made it. No
Guys! Guys!
way.
Oh
No
my
way.
god! No fucking
You
way!
actually made it. A barefoot, dogs out, the concrete grippers gripping off her deer.
Is
What
Luca
the
making it?
fuck? Yes, he
Yeah,
is!
made it.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Climbed up that whole thing solo with fucking nothing. Not even a backpack!
Well then,
Dude is
we
living-
can't fail next time.
He's got the
Also,
monk
not being
lifestyle.
able
He's
to
got
see
nothing to-
his fucking items in his hotbar either, which I am struggling with.
Yeah.
He's living that monk lifestyle. He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, maybe next peak we should try playing without the mods.
Yeah.
We'd have to play with one
Pretty
less
much.
person though.
I volunteer. I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, that's valid. Okay.
I didn't.
That solves that problem.
Whoa.
I definitely want to keep
Oh
playing
my
for another peak
God.
though. I wanna do
Yeah.
some achievement hunting with you bitches.
Oh my god.
There's no way. Holy
My god. Oh, they retextured
Guess who's
the
alive?
scout shit. Oh my. What the
I'm
fuck?
alive. Ow.
I don't believe this shit. Oh, my game is still so crunchy. Maybe it's just this area that makes it crunchy. Are these?
I'm gonna grab some of those berries. Surely those are. Hey, look, a backpack. Surely you can.
Oh fuck.
Alright.
Guys,
Does anybody
help,
wanna
help,
try
help
this?
me, help me.
I got it.
I'm a little spiky. I've been prickled. I've been
Hold
prickled.
on, let's get that
Oh.
thorn out.
Oh yeah, we got the
God.
Nomad badge.
Yeah.
Thank you, Omega.
Thank you, Omega, for carrying. My goodness. Alright, who wants the backpack?
There you go. Wait, where's
Oh,
my
no.
where's my marshmallow?
I don't know. I think Omega should get the
Right.
backpack.
Somebody remove the
Oh,
spikes
thank
out
you.
my mouth.
Okay, I'll
Thank
try
you.
Mwah.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Somebody just
should-
needs to-
I got you.
Omega, would
Are
you
you
like?
cooking?
Oh, that's not that
But-
Omega, would you like to take the backpack as a badge of honor for escaping? Would you-
Your first.
The
Your
backpack
first
has fucked
belonging.
me over a few times. I don't know.
I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. I
Alright.
don't got anything. I don't got
Yeah.
anything in my inventory right now, so I'm okay.
Oh my god.
What?
I can't believe it. That's
What on
gotta
earth
be a
is this?
thing. That's gotta be like a. I wonder how many people have beaten Mesa first try.
I don't know. That's quite incredible, honestly. Like, first
Yeah,
try.
boy.
Beating it solo is one thing. Beating it solo first fucking try. My goodness.
I'm so proud.
Can it please let me? Okay.
Mega's fucking goated.
Omega is
Hey,
gold.
babe.
We knew this.
How are you?
Yeah, no, low-key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have fun lurking, Lethal.
Looking. Would you like a kiss?
Yes.
Mwah. The little dance to go with it. Oh my god. Hua! Oh my god, wait, Delta's never
Sorry,
seen
no.
this
For
place.
context, he is trying to set up a fan so it like actually touches me when I'm at my desk. And
Yeah, all I can
it's-
hear in
it's
the
not going
background
well.
is just jingling.
Oh, the jingling is because of a little. What? Is the jingling bothering you guys? It's from a wind chime.
Unfortunately, it is bothering me. I am so overwhelmed.
It's bothering me.
Grim, we gotta get you a microphone with noise suppression. My goodness. Oh fuck. I've made some decisions.
Hey, this one's spicy.
Yeah, so's this one.
Ow, 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 ow.
You good?
Ow,
You good?
ow.
I gotcha.
No, I'm not good.
Are you okay? Would a kiss help?
We're gonna
Wow.
be fine.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Wow. You get
I'm a
two.
little on fire.
You get two for being a good little mushroom. Good mushroom boy. A good little mushroom man.
Oh, Graham.
Wait, I got it. I had a split.
Oh yeah.
I want chests. We don't have many items. Oh, there's eggy weggies over there. Do you want to go get the eggies?
I'll go for them, yeah.
Let's go get the eggies. I could do some egg. Not in real life though. I'm not a big fan of eggy. Yeah, they're just too egg. They're just too egg flavored. I've made some life decisions that I'm regretting. Oh my god, this goes nowhere. I'd actually be better off going back to this one and then back to this one. I am so toasted.
There's 3 of them. What the chicken?
You got a chicken? Oh my god.
What the hell?
The fuck?
It's a big old roasted chicken.
It's a big ol' roasted chicken.
Right
Wow. We got a whole chicken. The
Yeah.
freakers. I don't think
Grab
they're
the other
doing
egg.
okay. I took the other eggs. I got egg and then I ate one. We should feed them.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got an egg saved for whoever gives me the most praise to convince me to give them the egg. Provided I don't eat it on the way.
Hi guys.
Oh, hey!
Oh.
Alright, I have an egg. I want to hear one
Yeah.
reason from everyone as to why I should feed you this egg I found.
Just eat it.
Just eat it.
Do you want an egg?
I think my reason goes without saying.
Oh, yeah,
Omega
okay, do
just
you have a
gave me his
reason?
egg.
Oh, did you? Would
He
you,
gave me his
would
egg.
you like an egg?
I'm
Are
so
you hungry for egg?
Oh,
Oh shit, we're about to ignite. You better hurry.
Are
let's
we?
get up.
No, it's over that side.
Zane is about
Guys.
to ignite.
Get off that rock,
Yeah.
Grim.
Guys, I'm so hot. I'm like, I have like
Are you
maybe
toasty?
a centimeter. I have like a centimeter of health.
Are you toasty or are you hurt?
A
though?
little tiny bit, but I'm mostly hurt.
Oh, that's not good. I have
So I
nothing.
might be a
There's
little
a
bit screwed.
luggage there. That's a long shot though.
Where's the luggage?
It's up
I'll go
there.
for it.
White
yeah.
luggage. It might not even have.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
It does.
Land it up, land it up, land it up, land it up.
What?
Okay, there's a ledge there. It's okay.
Oh.
But it's
Oh
Yoshi.
no. No, 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 no. Okay, this is fine. No, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not.
Okay, Grim, come over here.
I can't.
I think
I'm
you've got a better shot
dead.
at getting to that
I'm down.
luggage from
I'm
your
down.
route, Xander, than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've picked a bad route. Do you want to go for it? Alright, I will leave you to your luggaging.
The lava
I will do my very best.
I think
Yeah.
contributed to climate change.
What?
Get there.
Like a fish.
How'd you get there? Uh-oh.
I climbed
Did
across
this
the chain.
cartwheel in there.
I just was in a cartwheel into the lava.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's right there. He's okay.
Oh, he's fine then.
He's got the resilience that bounces up.
Oh shit.
Forever, no matter how far of a distance
Uh-oh.
he falls.
Oh.
I'm straight up eating frosting right
Uh-oh,
now.
uh-oh, 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 oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm in a pickle. I'm in a little bit of a pickle, guys.
Okay, that was a really bad placement, but
It's okay. I
I do a shelf focus.
It's okay. I made it up.
I did not account for gravity.
Eh.
Hey. I'm eating buttercream right now.
Oh hell yeah. Sounds tasty as fuck.
It is.
Why does it smell like weed in here?
I'm not doing so well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, why does my bedroom smell like that? What the fuck?
Have you got a window open?
I mean, yeah.
Oh
That might be
shit.
why.
The neighbors that smoke it moved out though.
That doesn't mean another neighbor who doesn't.
Yeah,
who
that's
also
true. I
smokes
might
it hasn't
I
just
might
moved
have
in.
new neighbors.
Maybe I'm your next door neighbor.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
you
maybe
could be. You
there's
could
newer,
be.
eviler neighbors.
Can you see the ocean from your house?
No,
You're not my neighbor then.
but I can see several psychopaths.
Nah. I don't know if my next door but one is home. He might be smoking. He smokes weed, I'm pretty sure.
It's a little too late.
I should become friends with him.
Oh, there you are.
He's great. He's got horrible ADHD.
Xander, do you think?
Oh, will I be able to hear that too?
Probably, yeah. He's not as like
think you could
fizzy
make the
brained as
change?
I am, but he does have a tendency to injure himself
That
because he
one on the
keeps climbing
bottom?
up cliffs, and dislocating his arm.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Godspeed.
But
Oh, no.
He just really likes climbing shit. Did we just lose Zonda?
Yes.
Sander.
No, we can get
Oh,
him.
no.
We can save him. We can save him. I have nothing. I'm gonna save him.
He has a band-aid on him.
Can someone else
Oh,
get the
yeah.
band-aid?
I can't see it.
Yeah, I think it's gone.
It's gone. All right. I've got him. I've got him. We can bring it back.
Pain right here.
You gotta wait for the lava level to go back up.
As soon as his burns are gone, he'll be fine.
Oh, will he?
Ish.
Uh-oh,
No, he won't.
uh-oh, oh, fuck.
Kind of.
Oh,
Oh, fuck. Uh-oh, 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 this was bad, this was bad, this was bad, this was a bad idea! Oh, no! Get me out of the beans! Tell them to...
I've got a laugh.
No. No. Dude, the lava's down, but I can't go down there. I already got burned.
Get us out the beans.
Okay. I
he's one is
fall. Okay.
Oh, our backpack. Oh no, my backpack.
It didn't. Yeah. No. You're good.
He's okay. Get him out. Get him out the beans.
I'm on fire.
No!
Oh. Hi, Xander.
Can we feed her? No, we can't.
Sander, what
you
are
wanna edit
Lena's
your-
stats looking like?
Lena's stats are a lot of perks.
Yeah, there's not a lot of anything else. A lot of hurt,
Oh.
tiny bit of
Yeah.
burn, a bit of.
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh my god. I didn't know that could happen.
It died crazy frog.
I didn't know that could happen.
Fucking hose.
Wait, Omega, stay still. I need to get this. I need to get this.
I didn't know that could happen. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you picked me up. Basically, guys, if
Thank you.
someone's dying, if you pick them up, it usually stops the timer. But you picked me up right at the split second that the timer reached 0, and I died.
So,
If
when you
you-
let go, you died.
Yeah, if you hadn't put me on the floor, I'd have been fine.
What the heck do we do?
Wait for
I
the
don't know,
lava
I
to
mean,
go
I guess
down
you
and
can go
walk
to
across the
there.
bottom.
There's a chain.
I ran.
There's a chain.
Oh, there's a chain?
Yeah, but we have to wait.
I don't know. It's gonna hurt. If it's
Death
already
is a
down there.
casual occurrence.
I was gonna say.
Just
what if
run
we go
along the
there,
bottom
and
once
hop
the
over
once the
there,
lava goes down.
over there.
Yeah, it should.
Leonard been watching too many speedruns.
What do you mean? I've not actually been watching any speedruns. I've just been playing the
Okay,
game
well
a
maybe I
lot.
have. Maybe I have.
Join a stream and instantly witness death. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make it on there. Okay. Oh, but the lava's going up. We gotta go. We gotta go right
It's
now.
okay. You made it. You made it. You did it, boys.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I would not touch that step. That step is bad. That step is not fun. Look at it. It's so warm and toasty.
I was gonna say, what about right there though? That doesn't seem so bad.
I'm just
Oh, what
waiting
about
for
this
my burns
round?
to go away.
Yeah, if you wait for the lava to go down, that step will be fine.
Yeah.
Step on the fire. Toasty.
Mmm, warm.
Toasty
No,
the flames.
Zonda, we got a peak for Delta. And also
I haven't,
for
this is
you.
normal, right? I haven't
No, you
I
haven't beat normal either. You have to survive the kiln. It's the thing.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I can't volunteer myself anymore?
I mean, it's up to
Yeah.
you. Do you want to peek or do you want the achievement for getting left behind?
I'll get eaten, that's
I get a
okay.
reward either way.
I'll get eaten.
I can eat. I will eat anyone. I'm not picky.
You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that. That's the big evil intimidated dragon.
I'm not picky. I'll eat any of you bitches. I don't give a fuck. The only person I'm not gonna eat is
Willing
Delta because
victim of
Delta's
a
never
cannibal.
peaked.
I've never peeked in life.
No.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
No.
Like I've never peeked like that.
Bring us back.
No,
Oh, no.
there's no
Almost
campfire
fine.
anymore.
There is no campfire. That's
No, we're fucked.
The campfire's gone.
Bam.
Okay, well, funky that, huh?
First aid kit.
Sunscreen. I'm gonna use it.
That's
I need.
yeah. That sounds
I'll
kind of
grab
good right now.
an engine
Yo,
drink, I guess.
portable stove though.
Hey, a portable stove. We don't need a campfire.
I used it all. Real question. Fee. Okay, are we back? I'm not making it to the kiln this peak, I guess. Well, that's fine. My VTube is looking really twitchy. I don't like that. Let's turn our music back on. I don't actually know what to do while I wait. I'm gonna be honest. I guess we could go back and spectate the gang. Or attempt to spectate anyway. My internet's looking okay now, which is good. Are we back? Sure looks like it. Lovely. I love it when we're back. Let's retry mix it up again. Bleh. I'm sorry, chat. This seems to happen once every stream at the moment. I don't know why. Seems to happen every time I stream it does this. It's doing it again. Oh man, he really... Am I gonna have to stop streaming? It's okay. Looks like it's recovered. Okay. Love that. Mix up's running, lurk bait's running. Let's refresh my mix it up real quick. Okay, let's restart peak, see where they're at. Start vanilla this time. Because I don't think I need the mods for shit to work. I don't think so anyway. When Lemon stream, I know everything broke. Anyway, hi, I'm back. I think I should be back anyway. This is looking very back. They're all inside the kiln. Will this invite still work? Let's have a look. It might. I could just be a ghost and watch them play. You missed the peak of the stream? No, it's okay. I didn't peak. What is... Oh? Hello?
Where?
Oh, to be honest, I don't know how to use it.
Hey guys.
It's not scroll.
The lava rises.
Yeah.
Delta, you scroll.
Oh, that's new.
It's not scrolling.
This isn't. I don't think this is the way, guys. I really don't think this is the way.
Oh shit, okay. Well,
It's not
maybe I will
scrolling.
try this direction.
Yeah,
Try and get those luggages. I'm here
the
to...
issue is
Maybe
I
he'll
have
get
no
a
idea
scout
how we're gonna
effigy.
get over there reliably.
Maybe.
Actually, you need arcane luggage for that. All of us keep dying every fucking peak, every mountain, as we don't get any of the cool magic items. It's okay, you got it.
Oh my god.
You're okay.
How much speed do you have, Omega?
None.
None. Okay.
God.
Do you think we're gonna peak? I'm thinking.
I'm not sure.
Oh no.
I have faith.
Oh no.
I can't make it.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh.
This is a dire situation I've come back
Ow.
into.
Yeah. Oh god, guys. The lava's getting real.
Yeah, it's here
Yeah, it's getting
already.
real toasty where you guys are.
Oh man.
You should join me.
Bye.
You should join me.
Ooh.
What's Grim doing?
a little
Oh,
spicy here,
that's
Micah.
what Grim's doing. Grim is given the fuck up. Oh no. Grim gave up.
Oh, for the love of God, yes.
Oh, it is the mods
Please let there be
causing
something
the
crazy luggage.
items to not show up. Ah.
Fuck, no!
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay, I think that bit's shuffleable. You got it. There's the package behind you, Omega. Omega, there's luggage right behind you.
Is there?
Yeah, if you leap
Oh, I see.
just behind you,
Okay.
go for the luggage. That could save you. Oh,
Ugh.
you got a umbrella? Oh, Nola bar.
Guys.
Omega?
Guys.
You have a lollipop and an energy drink in your bag. You also have a marshmallow in your hotbar, don't forget.
I can't scroll anything.
Just go, just go, just go.
Okay.
Your stamina, oh god.
No.
Drink the energy drink and lick the lollipop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open the luggage. Open the luggage first. Open the luggage.
Granola.
Eat it.
Grimanola. Grimanola.
Now lick the lollipop and go. Go, my sweet prince. 666 Stardust. That's pretty good. Oh my god. I don't know if he's gonna make it, chat.
No.
This is not good. I don't think so.
Nothing up here. There's fucking
Wait.
nothing.
There's nothing.
Oh no, if you'd saved the energy drink and drank it with the lollipop, you could have made it, maybe.
Pretty thirsty in there, huh?
The way he's posing in there, my goodness. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Our bodies were never found. Cooked, grilled, in fact. This seems broken. Oh yeah, this is broken. I'm all F4ing. I'm all F4ing. Babe, I think it broke.
Oh.
I've had to alt F4.
Oh jeez.
I'm restarting the game.
Ooh-wee.
I'm gonna play it vanilla.
Yeah.
Because even just the more players mods are really fucking buggy.
For real. I think we did very well for, you know, things fucking up.
Oh yeah.
But my god. Someday I'll peak.
Someday you'll peak. I'm hosting a new game. If
Hell
any
yeah.
bitches want in.
Are we doing normal Peem?
Yeah, I've started a vanilla game. I closed the
Yeah.
Peem and started a vanilla because it actually
Are you doing
like
Vulcan or
works.
DX?
Oh, I'm
Are you doing
Vulcan?
or DX?
I don't know if it makes a difference.
I usually just do this the top one anyway, yeah.
Yeah. I'm inviting my friends,
Oh, I
of
fucked
which I have many. Zonda, do you want an invite?
No.
Okay.
No,
It's all good.
absolutely not.
It's all good.
Don't even fucking ask me that.
Never ask me that ever again. I will
What
take
a
another day,
fucking
surely.
disgraceful question. Don't
But
ever
how-
ask me that again.
Dare you?
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna zonk out, get some food, cool down, and draw
That's
gay
surreal.
people.
That's surreal.
Zonda.
Hi, Grim.
Yeah.
I demand that we play Kiwi soon.
I'll do my best.
Oh, I love
have to
watching
lock
you
in
guys
with my
play
work
Kiwi.
Today, and then I have one more week for my classes, and then I'm free for only 1 week
Okay, well that
before my
week-
next classes
Free for a
start.
whole week.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh god,
it's
is it
gonna be great.
just...
Anyways,
It's not
there's
just
that.
me and Lamida, is
There's
it?
that.
No.
There's
I've
that.
invited Omega
There's that.
and Grim. So
Do you know
we'll
what
have
my
a full
favorite
party.
I am
button
Grim.
is,
Oh,
y'all?
Delta.
I am Grim.
I'm sorry.
Delta
Delta
said
to
that,
my favorite button.
Delta's playing Peak right now.
Oh. Yeah, it was just because Delta said about getting dinner.
Oh. Zonda's ready. Oh my god.
You know what the embarrassing thing is? I was like, I'm gonna choose somebody whose name I definitely know how to spell right off the bat without having to go check. I misspelled it. I misspelled it the first time around, and I'm really upset at that. So
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, Delta's
not
playing.
to me.
Hi,
Never to
Delta.
me. But y'all have fun. Have fun peeking. I believe in y'all, and I'll see y'all later. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what? It's
What?
treasure.
What?
Bye bye.
What did he say?
It's treasure.
What's treasure?
It's treasure.
It's treasure.
I don't understand this meme. Anyway, I'm starting the game. We're going.
Goodbye.
Okay, I need to shut the fuck up in Discord now.
Oh yeah, I should do that also. Let me shut the fuck up in Discord. I'm in the wrong house. Oh, it's fine. I'll go into my house. Let's go in my own house. I'm in my house
so
now.
Proud.
Gay people.
So many gay people out here.
Oh, I almost said a fucking slur. Oh my god.
Frisbee!
Good start. Good start.
Incredible start. What are you
Good
talking about?
start. Good start. Okay, let's go. Now that
Right,
the
hang
game
on. I wanna test something. Where's the
isn't
sun at?
buggy as shit. What? Oh, there
Wait.
it is.
Let's go. I'm gonna go.
I'm
hunting
looking at it.
guys for nuts.
I'm also looking at it, but I'm looking at it with binoculars.
Is anything happening?
No.
Maybe we need to be in the mesa for it.
I'm hunting guys.
Can I try?
Okay, well, who's got the backpack? Let me put it in your backpack.
Oh yeah, put it in my backpack.
There you go.
I've also got the Fribsy.
The pretty.
Yeah, we gotta catch it
Okay.
from 100 meters away. I'm not quite sure how to do
the
that.
best way I think to do that is when one of us is at the campfire, because we can see the distance.
Oh, that's true. I had a mod that did that, but they don't fucking work.
Well, it's only just updated.
I know. It just started raining. You guys got the raining. Why is my big chat not working?
Oh, because it was Xander's.
It was,
Oh,
yeah.
9/11.
Xander left. We don't have shared chat anymore.
9/11.
No, my chat just isn't fucking. My big chat just ain't working. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Someone say something in chat. No, it's just not working. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Thank you, Delta. Accept the stream together invite.
Okay, and then I'll send it to Omega
Weenus.
as well. There we go.
Yeah.
I did a share chat.
Okay, there we go. Now my big chat's actually functional. I was wondering why that was so empty.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
now we
actually
can
gonna put the Fribsy in my backpack as well.
Oh
Why
my
do I
god,
have Bing Bong in this bag?
that wasn't me.
You can just hear Delta giggling back there. I know who was. Just
I
a
know who
quiet
the
little
culprit is.
that Delta does. Delta does a little like whenever they do something sneaky and they think it's funny.
Tiniest little snicker.
That's yeah, a little
They do a
snicker
little-
you do when you've done something funny and someone's noticed.
Was it me?
I don't know about that. I think it might have been Delta. Oh, I'm so glad I can see what's in my pockets now. The joy and whimsy of being able to look in my pockets. Nola bar. That's going in my mouth. Big luggage, rope, energy drink. I'm going pro gamer mode. Now the game's not buggy. Which was entirely our fault. Making the game buggy.
Eat the fucking crisp-berry. Eat
Crisp
the fucking
berry.
crisp-berry.
What flavor of crisp-berry is this one
Red.
over here? What about
That
these
one
ones?
is yellow.
Oh, sweet.
Gimme, gimme,
Hell
gimme,
yes,
gimme,
I
gimme,
want
gimme,
it.
gimme.
Are the other ones good?
Yeah, these ones give you bonus stamina.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, fuck. And I let you guys have them. Oh, dear.
What?
Fuck, damn it.
Here, hold this.
Okay. As long as it's not coconuts going in my bag, I don't give a shit.
Wee.
Oh, I'm so climbing. Oh, baby. Oh, hey, Grim.
I'm fine, Meg.
Have any of you guys watched the Wednesday season 2 part 1 yet?
No. My parents watched it and they were like, do you want to sit and watch it with us? And I'm like, I would, but I'm hyperfixating on Minecraft, so I can't. And then I didn't watch it.
I haven't really watched it all yet because someone got very mad at me for watching it without them. I'm mentioning no names, but he is laying on the bed right now.
That's so reasonable, honestly.
He was really mad, and I didn't even know he liked it.
Oh.
He's currently playing Call of the Lamb. I don't even think he's really listening.
Fucking listen, my bro.
Huh?
I heard you twice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're telling me I'm not listening.
Yeah, that is true. He just said, I hear you twice, and you think I'm not listening.
British people.
Wish.
British the
Here we
best.
go. Hold this.
No, thank
Oh,
you.
I've still got my tunes
Actually, no,
playing.
those look fine.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Let's make the chat small again, and then we can listen to our big tunes.
Oh, you have the Left Behind outfit.
I do, yeah. I get the whole.
Can't believe Zoski's abandoned us for GTA.
Is he actually? Is that what
Yeah,
he's playing instead
he's
of
playing
this?
GTA Enhanced right now, yeah. He's been
I mean, to be fair, he couldn't play anyway. We've got a full lobby right now.
Oh no, help, 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 help. Oh shit.
Did something happen? I think something just happened. I'm going over this way. This is a bad idea.
There goes his evil laugh.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared all of a sudden.
Yeah, that, I feel like
I know
he
where
saw
I'm
us
going, but I'm
outside.
going somewhere. I'm going
I feel like
places,
he
chat.
is now Darth Vader.
Oh my god, did I just find more yellow crisp berries? Oh, I did find yellow crisp berries. Shh, don't tell them. Yellow crisp berries.
I've seen
Oh my
none of them.
goodness.
Probably 1% of them.
Don't tell anyone, chat.
Wow.
Don't tell anyone I found yellow crisp berries. Don't tell anyone.
Hello?
Shh, chat, don't tell anyone, it's a secret. It's a
Oh,
secret,
actually,
chat.
should I be on this?
Chat, you can't tell anyone, chat. It's a secret.
No.
It's a secret, chat. You can't tell anyone,
my-
chat. Chat, it's a secret. You can't tell anyone. It's a secret, chat.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Here,
Chat, can you keep a secret?
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no! 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 I've just experienced karma.
Huh. Wait, let me try, because I've got tons of extra stamina now. Let me see how much it takes to get.
Oh, baby,
Oh,
I'm
it's
wandering
locked.
off.
Oh, it's locked, but there is a piton. There is a
Rule
piton.
1, don't wander off. I'm ignoring that rule.
Oh no.
I'm going this way.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm an independent creature. What if I have any good... Oh, Omega, what happened?
Delta?
What?
When you come this way, don't find out.
What happened, Omega?
I have to jump.
Oh my god, there goes our fucking mystical item from the scout effigy. For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake,
I
the
mean, it's
one...
not. we could actually just restart it at this
Yeah,
point.
but we're not going to, are we? We're not going to, because we're not that sort of players. Oh my god, though.
It is early enough that it wouldn't make much of a difference.
You guys are so fucking accident prone. How are you doing this? On the fucking first mountain as well? I don't believe this shit, chat. All those guys are bozos. I know the true route. I'm gonna get Scoutmastered, aren't I?
Hey!
Oh, maybe not. Maybe you'll all die before I can get Scoutmastered.
I actually died around the same, like, I landed around the same place as, Omega.
I don't fucking believe you guys.
Lanada, I got stuck on a thing, and me and Delta were there, and I was like, you know what? I drank a sports drink. I'll go and see how much this takes. And then I held onto a baton, and I tried climbing to the side, and then it just didn't go very well.
Look, if something seems impossible, it probably is.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if that was.
You got so mad. They got so mad. They never even explained.
Delta is also dead.
Oh, cool. Cool.
If you're so good at peeking, peek.
I'm gonna peek. Grim, I've peeked solo. I don't need you bitches.
I peek solo.
I don't need you bitches. Ooh, crisp berries. Too bad I've got no one to share them with.
My god.
What?
Look, you died on the first mountain, all three of you. I have every right to be a little bitch
Yeah.
about it.
It's fine. It's the now I can eat burger. A burger filled French fry Maxon.
I also
Burger
finished
filled
mine.
French fry Maxon. Wow.
Burger filled French fry Maxon.
Anyway,
like a real
all
American.
of you died on the mesa, so
Yeah.
That's different. That was a tricky mountain. This is the
That's Arizona.
first mountain.
And it's a little bit difficult.
It's not even new.
you know.
I haven't played Peak in like a couple of weeks, if I'm
Oh my
completely honest,
God.
because I can never time it right with you guys.
Oh, I've just been playing solo.
So here's the funny thing: is that heat controls and blade and sorcery climbing controls. I don't know what it is, but they have this intrinsic conflict in my brain.
Oh my god. I can't believe Omega's peak dyslexic.
Climbing
Do you-
dyslexic.
Do you know when you have two games that are like don't even have similar control schemes, but they like conflict in a weird way?
Yeah. Ooh, more
Yeah.
yellow
Yeah.
crisp berries, my beloved. Find so many of these. Too bad I don't have any friends to share them with.
Oh my god!
Blows up. Explodes.
Leonard, I hope you explode in the mesa.
Explodes in a really cool fireworks show.
Actually, no. You know what? I hope dynamite ignites when you're close. I hope a scorpion injects you with its venom, and then I hope you get burnt by the sun. All at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The mesa is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't believe this. I wish my friends were here. Sometimes I can still hear their voice.
Oh,
I wish Grim was here. Sometimes I can still hear their voice. Sometimes I can still hear his voice. Ooh, marshmallows. I wonder why there are 4 of them. Oh, a balloon! Yay! There you go.
Hey, no, I'm not even
Hey,
gonna
lads.
get a chance to push
What?
What?
my fire's gonna be all burnt out. You gotta hurry.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
whoa.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Oh, I didn't even cook mine.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
green. Fuck you!
Yay! Tropics! Are you guys coming?
Quickly. No! Okay. Okay, alright.
Hi.
Oh.
Ow. Oh no.
Oh, I still have that Fribsy. Do you think over there is 100 meters away?
Mayhaps.
Does someone want to go down there and test it?
I'll go.
Oh hey. Did you just put rope in my bag? Do you have your mouth full of burger right now by any chance? Yeah. Yeah.
Throw it.
They're real good.
Yes! I caught it!
Did you get the
But did that
achievement
count?
though?
No. I need to go
That's-
further.
That's not 100 meters then, is it?
We have to
No,
go further
but I caught it.
beyond.
That was really impressive.
That was quite impressive. That was quite incredible.
Yeah. I felt like I felt What's in here? Spot string. Spot wing. What's in there? Lollipop. Lollipop. Lollipop.
Is it just you playing now? No, I'm playing with everyone else.
Oh, antidote.
Who left a lollipop here? My god.
I'm still playing with everyone. I should have shared chat with them all.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's not enabled.
I don't think shed chat's working.
Oh shit! Start sharing chat. There we go.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. Oh my god. Oh my
I'm a
god. That's
dumbass.
really
I'm a
funny.
dumbass. I'm a fucking
Oh my
dumbass.
god. What the
Wait, let me come in. Let me come
What,
in. Let me
what,
come in.
what,
Come in.
what?
I got a plismake in your backpack.
Okay. Who's got the other backpack?
Delta.
Oh.
I need to grab the antidote. I know what it's like for us. We get poisoned.
Remedy fungus. I want that remedy fungus, chat. I want it. I want that remedy
Oh, I want
fungus.
this. I want this vine.
Did you put a coconut in my bag?
No.
Delta. It's Delta. I don't want a coconut in my bag.
It was me. It wasn't Delta.
Well, fuck, you just said no.
Yeah, I know.
Did you just lie to my face?
It wasn't really to your face. It was to the mountain. You were behind me.
Did you just lie directly to me? My goodness. Anyway, I threw it on the floor because I didn't want it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
coconut.
I have better things to put in my pockets. Okay, who wants to carry Bing Bong? Because I ain't doing it.
No.
Where's Delta?
Sorry, you turned around really quick and sorry.
Delta. Delta.
Shit, oh.
Where you at, Delta? Does anyone have pocket space? Come down here so I can put Bing Bong in your backpack.
What? Do you think the brown berry now is okay? Oh,
Yeah, they're fine.
oh, what?
Bing Bong goes in your backpack.
Oh, really good.
You also... Did you just steal my balloon?
It's a name. I don't know what you're talking
I believe this shit. You get a rope cannon, and I'm taking the other chain launcher. You good?
Yeah, it's just you can, you know, get in a good spot to put back stuff in the back. Like, watch out.
We're so geared up with shit. You guys aren't ready.
Hell yeah.
But you know.
We just have to not die with it.
Our orange
Nine
banana is good. Or no, these are brown ones. They're really good.
kind of lost Delta. It's not difficult. They just kind of wander off a lot. Climbing uphill is not the win I was hoping it would be.
He gets the fruit free. Does it? I have my hand. And I didn't.
Oh, I'm going places. I went round and up. I'm over here now. Don't need that. Are you guys okay?
Okay.
Hi, Omega. Omega, turn around.
Hello.
You gotta go this way.
Oh.
Okay.
Hi.
Did you see that?
Uh-uh.
Delta, are you okay?
Is Delta okay?
I didn't think called it.
Okay. Can you get back up? Oh, yeah!
The game looks so crunchy down there. Look at those LOD textures.
Yes!
Oh!
Oh, we're getting foggy. We're gonna get schmoovin', guys. Okay. You're good. You come around here. And you climb up here where it's low.
Rain.
Rain. Hello, a bad idea.
The coconut nut is a giant nut.
Ugh. Big luggage. Another balloon. Would you?
How? What?
Omega, do you have room for this?
Yes.
What? I am not catching anything.
No, I'm not hearing anything Grim's saying.
Lemon.
Oh, hi!
Do you want to try and catch this?
Oh, yeah. You missed.
Sorry.
Does anyone have room for it in their pockets?
I do.
Okay.
No, I don't.
I'm all filled up with stuff.
Perfect. That's just the right amount.
Hey. Oh.
You don't need to climb if you jump well enough. Oh shit, I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Now I'm gonna do it.
Yeesh. Okay, it's this fucking bit again. I'm climbing a vine.
Okie doke.
Doing a little tappy dance, chat. Where are the other two gone? Where are the other two? Omega?
Yeah, I'm sitting on a ledge here.
Oh, hey guys. Oh, there you are.
Hey. Ooh. There's a ledge there you can rest on. Just drop onto it. Oh, yeah, yeah. And then,
Oh shit. We've lost Grim entirely, chat. Beep, 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 beep. Up I go. Up, 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 up. Oh my god, I've almost fallen down a little gap. I don't want to be in a little gap.
oh yeah, there's one across the street.
Food. Oh, I can't reach it actually. Where are the other two? Omega?
Yeah.
Oh, hi Delta. Oh, you guys are just behind me, huh? That's good. I wonder where Grim went from here. Maybe further round? Oosh, I'm surprised I didn't get full damage from that. Oh look, here it is, looks good. Well, it's raining again. Look at that brochure. Look at the brochure, chat. So brochure. Wow. Man, it's kind of quiet. I kind of want to turn my music up a bit. I am getting sleepy, I must say. I'm kind of getting nervous about talking too much because I don't want to keep anyone up. Well, I don't think my parents have actually gone to bed yet, so I don't know if I need to worry. It's because we're playing multiplayer. I keep going into multiplayer streaming mode instead of solo streaming mode, where you have to like actually talk to your chat. I'm sorry guys. This has been a weird stream. I've enjoyed it though. I don't know what I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I could maybe stream Stardew? I don't know. Or Minecraft. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft recently. Don't know. I will say I have to take the cats to the vets pretty early tomorrow. And I don't know how well I'll be after that. Sleep schedule wise, so I might forego the stream tomorrow. Since I did stream today instead. I don't know how everyone feels about that though. I don't know what the fuck. Ooh, I want those actually. I really, really want one. We'll pop the remedy fungus right now, just for my own sake. We'll start heading up. I really want to use this thing. Really, really, really. I wonder if I tie enough balloons to myself, will I not get injured doing the scout cannon thing? That would be a good experiment. We'll have to save it till we get to the Mesa Canyon though. Ooh, 2 kingberries over there. Let me get those. I'm hungry. I don't know where the other 2 have gotten to. Or like Grimm's gotten to for that fact. I'm assuming Grimm's ahead of me and is completely alive, but who knows? Well, they must be ahead of me because that's open. I'm assuming the other 2 are just like right behind me or something. Oh, see, 'cause those are... Ah, I hear them. That means they must be fine. I might be able to hit Grimm as well. Maybe Grimm's fine then. Oh, a 3rd balloon. Okay, we are sacrificing our chain launcher for a 3rd balloon. Because I really want one. Let's go! Let's go, gamers! I'm up here now. Grimm!
Hey, hey.
Hi!
Hi. I'm waiting for you guys. There's only 3 marshmallows.
Why are there only 3 marshmallows? That's weird.
I don't know.
Did you eat one?
Also, no, I didn't. Which is why I'm so confused.
That is weird.
Also, I found something.
What did you find? Umbrella?
And I think that's gonna come in real handy in the heat.
Oh, that's true. I found 2 more balloons and a scout cannon. So my plan is, if I tie a bunch of balloons to myself and then cannon, maybe I'll survive.
I also do have, what, I don't know what I have in my backpack now. I've got scout cookies and a rope.
Oh, you've got 1 yellow berry as well. That's about it,
Yeah,
though.
there is yellow berries all over here.
Oh, that's nice.
There's 1 here. There's 2 over here.
Oh, I'm putting the lollipop in your bag as well, because the lollipop's really good.
Okay.
Especially...
Yeah, look, there's only 3!
Oh, that's weird. I'm alright without one. I've got plenty of spare stamina. Oh, the lads are here.
Okay.
I knew they were just behind me. Hi! Hey, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. What? Oh my god. I can whip and I can nay-nay. Whip.
What?
Nay-nay. Whip. Whip. Nay-nay.
Whip.
Whip. Nay, nay.
Nay, nay.
Whip.
Whip. Whip.
Nay, nay.
Oh!
It's me! I'm going long! I'm going long!
No.
Not long enough.
No. Wait, let me try and get them. Let me try and get to them.
So
Let me see what the distance is. Wait, go and see what the distance is. Go and see what the distance is.
Oh yeah. You're so right. You're so correct. Oh my goodness. Okay, Omega is 172. Delta is. Okay,
Wait,
if you
Delta,
get it
wait,
to
wait, wait,
Omega,
stay there.
if you get it to Omega, it'll be good.
Yeah.
You'll have
Okay.
hit it.
Is Delta too close?
Delta is now too close, but Delta was like the perfect distance away, and then they got closer. Delta needs to get
wait,
a little bit
Delta, go back a
further.
little bit more.
Okay, now Delta is
Okay,
both Delta and
now that's
Omega a
perfect.
perfect distance away.
Okay. Are you ready?
Okay. Here you go, Omega.
Did you get it?
Oh shit, no. It
Fuck.
just doesn't. It's really hard to get the right kind of
Distance on it.
Yeah, you
You
might
don't
be
wanna go
better
too
throwing
high,
it
because it will just-
downhill.
Oh, that's so true. Delta is getting the flying disc.
It's storming. Oh
I
no.
like. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry, Delta. We'll get it another time.
Did we lose the frisbee? Did we lose the frisbee?
We did, yes.
Ah, right.
We'll get it another time. It's okay.
That's fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh, since they're both alive,
Oh, we get an item.
guys, I'm gonna do the scout totem, since they're both alive and basically here. If they die now, that's on them.
Oh,
That's good.
pretty. That's really good. Do you want to just take the berry out of my bag?
Oh yeah. I might eat it, actually.
That's fine.
I'm a little hungry. There we go.
Okay, and then put that in there.
There you go.
So,
Guys, we got an
it's weightless.
anti-rope
I
cannon.
forget that it's weightless.
Yeah, it's weightless. There are only 3 marshmallows, so I'm gonna not have one because I've got plenty of. I'm all full of stamina. So Omega, if you want to take the marshmallow.
Okey-doke.
Oh, it's the Mesa that's laggy. Why is the Mesa so laggy for me?
Who knows? It is nighttime right now though, so we should get schmoovin'.
Oh yeah, we should schmoove. It does not appear to be staying nighttime.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, it's like instant frame rate drop here. What the fuck?
Oh my god, immediate tornado?
Hold on. I
Immediate
need to
tornado.
like do something about my graphics.
Immediate tornado.
Wall
Oh no.
quality
Oh no.
low.
Lemon.
Oh, that's probably fine.
Ah, shit. It's after me.
Is it? I can barely move. It's so laggy. What the fuck? It really is just the Mesa. The Mesa just does that. Oh no.
Oh lord.
Oh, I'm taking damage because I can't figure. Oh fuck. Oh, guys! No!
stay away.
Oh, it was fine actually. No.
The screaming was so funny.
I can't
I can't lie, I think Omega's laugh just makes it better.
So laggy. I couldn't see what was going on. I couldn't tell, so I was just panicking. Oh
I'm
wait.
chill. I can
It's
go
hot
everywhere I
here.
want.
Hold on.
Is it hot there?
Oh, fuck
I can't
off.
tell.
I'm gonna let myself get stabbed, but wait, Grim, can you come back so you can get the stuff out of me?
Here, I got you.
Oh, guys, look at me! Wait, I'm gonna fly! Wait, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be so fun.
Uh-oh. Wait, no, I need more. I don't have the achievement yet.
Oh.
I might pass out. It's okay, though. I'm passing
I'm
out.
flying! I'm flying! Oh,
Save me! Save me, guys! Guys.
oh.
Just hold me. Thanks,
Let's
guys.
remove all of the thorns.
I didn't get
perhaps.
an achievement.
Oh. Wait, Lemon, come back.
What?
Lemon, you've just got so many thorns in you.
Stuff. I need my stuff.
That's my bag.
Why is your bag there?
They had the root in there, the medical.
I didn't get an achievement. Hold on, what was the achievement? Wait, have a lot of cactuses stuck to you. Oh, that's not the same thing. Well,
No, and you've got tons of thorns in you right now.
ow.
Are you done?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's hot there. I don't want to go over there. Brum's a fucking bastard.
I'm having a joyous fucking time right now, Dennis. Oh no, help, I'm not having a joyous time.
I don't know if I wanna.
I'm pricked.
Oh no, what a shame.
Oh man.
Guys!
Hold on, I have to do something funny.
Please?
Where's the sun? Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah,
Hold on. Stand still.
sorry.
Nothing's happening.
Goddamn.
I don't know if there's anything to do with it. We could always Google it after. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's not working.
Dinner's done.
Dinner's done.
What? I ate it before.
Oh!
It was
Oh, I got
before
it.
yours.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, you literally just have to look at the sun. There you go. Everyone take turns staring at the sun.
Here you go, guys. Oh no.
Okay, I
I'm not a
wonder
coward.
what the aeronautics badge is. Achieve flight. I bet that's
By the
just
way-
having a lot of balloons on you.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
jeez, oh Jesus.
Oh, guys,
Blake,
guys,
grab onto the wall.
It's okay, I've got my umbrella.
I don't think that'll help
that
you
makes it
when you
worse.
get caught up
It does
by a...
actually. No, it's helping because I don't take full damage now.
Oh, do you not?
I thought I was gonna pick you up.
No.
Oh my god.
Because if
Maybe
I
it's a
jump, it like
tornado
makes me
that does
float.
this
Look,
to me.
look.
Oh wait,
Look,
I'm
it
hot.
makes me float.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a really good. It's really good for the Mesa.
I don't care for that version.
Is that chest real?
No, that's bothering me. I don't understand why. Why?
It's hot.
What do you mean?
You ever get that thing where you get heat stroke and you hallucinate? Or you hallucinate due to like the
I
heat
just
mirage?
hallucinate anyway.
Oh. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Oh, I'm so I'm
No, I'm
lagging
very
so
mentally ill.
badly. Oh my god. I might need to close down some
You are.
tabs. Hold on.
Mayhaps.
I'm closing luck bait. I'm sorry, chat. No more fishing. Also closing V-Bridger because I'm not using that right now. That might help a little
Is this
bit.
a real one? Oh my
I
God,
think
it is.
this area is just really hard on
I'm gonna
my
go log it up in my
PC
bag.
for whatever reason.
I like the little ambient.
Yo, what?
Full on your bag?
Oh my god, wait, it's
I'm
time.
not full. I'm not
Is
full.
your bag full?
Oh. There.
You got it.
It's time for my flight, guys.
Oh,
Where
it
should
is.
where should I go from? Maybe this bit
I
here.
really do think you should. Yeah, no, maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, honestly, no, the cannon was the play, honestly. It's just that we were,
No,
panicking. I think we could do the cannon and only take
Oh,
minor
you should
I
definitely
think
be a
you
little
should do it.
closer than that.
Yeah.
Too
Oh,
fucking
well,
late.
Too late now.
I've placed it.
Do
you want me to-
Good luck.
I'll put this one on you.
Actually, wait.
There you go.
Sending you to space.
I think it might actually
Light the
send you
fuse,
to
lads.
space.
Light the fuse, boys. Let's get me out of here.
Bye.
Bye. Woo! That was fun. I got the badge.
so bad. I think we'll go for it.
Hey, let's launch Super Bowl one.
I don't know if we can.
Okay, you ready, Grim?
Yeah. Oh, my
hey.
god.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Well,
That's
at
okay.
least didn't think they...
That's okay.
I think the
I don't
balloons
think I
helped me.
realized, I don't know, that wasn't very... I think it gave me a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I'm here. I got the I did get
I saw a luggage, and I want it. Oh, night to Skyra. I wonder how many balloons I'd need to just like fucking take off. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It was
An energy drink.
Yeah, it was
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, you gotta go.
These cactuses look a little bit phallic.
None of that look. That's just like... Did I just like Luigi dive over?
It was you ragdolled.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, my balloons.
No. Get away from me. Get away from me. Fucking demon thing. Move,
Did you
guys,
find the
guys.
Scorpios?
Drive?
Did you find the
I said
Vriskas?
drive. There is, yeah. There was one, and oh no, Delta, don't pick it up.
No, I pick it up to like put it away.
Okay.
You can do that quickly.
Okay. Wow, tornadoes look real pretty when they're not killing you.
I think the tornado's why I'm lagging.
I think Omega has some
Maybe.
tornadoes. Tornado land.
The further away we get from it, the better my frame rate becomes.
But
That's crazy.
if it's of any consolation, I've never seen a tornado with my own eyes before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
there's
say it like that,
luggage
Delta.
down.
Honestly, if you can see one, it's a problem.
Oh, okay.
I can imagine it would be, yeah.
What if you're like in Illinois, where if you stand in the school, you see like the entire state, and you see one, like really, really far away, and it's still a problem.
Can someone get the scout cookies out of my ass?
I'm going places again, guys. I'm sorry. I just keep doing this.
Oh, the sun. It's doing sun things. Hell.
Can you put them back in? Thank you. Appreciate it. Whee! I can't climb with the umbrella, so it's not perfect, but it's definitely helpful.
Oh my goodness. Nope, those are bad. The frame rate. I'm so sorry, chat. This is like unbearable.
Sorry.
That was so close to being really funny.
I'm really sorry.
I actually didn't mean to do it. I was trying to do it up.
Oh my god.
It's a surprise school though. I'm the leader. Mushroom.
Oh no, it's not got the crosses on it.
Why do I still have the binoculars?
Oh boy,
my God.
dynamite.
I keep
Sure, you
throwing
are
out the
dynamite.
binoculars and they keep finding their way back into my pockets again.
Oh.
Hey, dynamite.
Oh.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Let it move!
Help me!
Lemon,
Help me!
no.
Help me! Help me!
Lemon, where are you?
I'm down.
Okay, wait, I have a rope in my bag. Wait a second.
Rope me.
Oh my god.
Hey, look, you get the binoculars again.
Is this reaching me?
Oh, Delta's here. Hi, Delta.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it
Is
is.
this,
Yeah.
is that...
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's good. That's good. That's good. Don't remove the cactus from me. I'm trying to achieve.
Okay.
Oh my god, my frame rate
cut
is
this one
so
off really
bad.
bad.
I don't know if I can play like this, guys.
Thank you.
I might
I don't know.
just...
What's
How
the
would we
do-
feel
what-
if I passed out from cactus? Don't remove it. Give it back.
I'm trying.
Put it back. Thank
Take it.
you. That's my cactus.
I was trying!
Can someone...
You're so aggressive sometimes.
I know, I'm sorry. It's a problem.
Hey, this is my cactus.
Hold on, I kind of want to...
Okay, the fact that that you can pick those up and throw them without consequences is good.
Here, London.
Okay, this is fine. Does
Yeah.
anyone have any health
Lemon, there's a
stuff?
few... No.
There's a cactus right next to you.
I can't... Oh, thank you. I may need help.
Can
Delta,
you throw it?
Delta,
Yeah.
Delta,
Nice.
can you help me put another cactus on me, and then I'm gonna pass out, and you're gonna carry me. Is this okay?
If they're
I'm
working over there, it's so wide.
gonna have to lose my backpack.
It's... okay.
Oh. Hey, can so...
Omega!
Oh my god!
Okay,
I need
We're gonna
another
need someone
cactus
for-
first. Hold on,
we
hold
need
on. I
there's
need more
cactus up there.
cacti.
We need somebody. We need someone to take my backpack. I'm gonna carry lemon,
Oh.
lemon.
Oh, here I go. Delta, help! Delta, help! Uh-oh, help! 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 Help!
Oh my god. Okay.
This is a very colored
Okay.
Covered in cacti.
Here we go. Wait, hold on. Is there anything important? No, don't die. I know it's pretty hard to, but don't die. Okay.
What?
Ouch, ouch. No, I really
That's the best idea to go down here. Okay. So how many cactuses does one of them need?
I don't know.
There is more over, like, right there.
I need more
I don't know how many
cactus.
cactuses one of them needs. Okay, the sun's moving a lot. Okay.
So, or I'll die.
Hey, one of this stuff is right past that backpack.
For the hill first, or I'll buy it. I also do need to.
Oh, I can still reach while I'm on top and back. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
quite a lot.
Are they just gonna deposit me on top of a cactus? That
Okay.
would be funny.
Cactus like right up here, so we can put another one on the. Wait, I should probably unmute her screen so I can.
This is really
Oh.
funny. That's just placing cacti
Alright, I
on
got
me.
I'm gonna drop her. Right here, and we're gonna put another
Somewhere
one
flat
back next to me.
first, please. Oh my god.
Okay.
Still no cactus achievement.
Is it not one? Okay, we can do no one. Okay, we're gonna do it quick. Okay.
Need more? How many more?
I don't know how many more.
You got it?
I
Hell
got
yeah.
it.
Okay, let's pick them all off.
Okay. London's got him.
Oh, hold on. You don't need a dropper. I can just pick them off.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna save London though.
It's the most ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous thing. Just. How many cactuses do you need on here? Guys, I'm so laggy. I can't play like this.
It's okay. You said it's just the maze, so we just gotta get through.
We just gotta get through.
We just gotta get through.
Yeah. Oh my
Smooth
god,
sailing, really.
it's like 2 FPS, if that.
Oh my god.
It's bad. It's really bad. Like, not even my Minecraft runs this badly. Oh my god.
There is a tornado.
I don't know how. Why is it only the maze? Are you using the same like launch version as I am, like DirectX?
I think so, yeah. Is there anything else I can turn off? I'll turn that off.
Get away. There you go.
Road
I drew him
qualities.
off.
Everything is on low.
Cool.
World quality low.
There's more.
It's
Are you
all
taking the piss?
it's all on low and it's not helping.
Oh.
I think there was probably a patch to fix this that I don't have yet, maybe.
For chance.
Guys, I don't think I can do this. I'm very low now.
Why am I making such a loud noise whenever I fall down?
Cooked.
Oh my god, this is hideous. This is just atrocious. This is not okay. Oh my god. I'm like completely dead weight. I can't think.
No. I just look up and see Grim floating across.
I can't see where I'm going.
I agree.
Where am I?
It's
You're on a burnt pack.
I'm attempting, but like, ugh.
Guys, I'm a little bit,
Oh, fuck me.
a little bit,
Guys! Guys!
Uh-oh. So, okay guys, how do you guys feel about me putting a cactus on myself and you guys carrying me up the fucking peak? Guys, I'm not okay.
I clipped that. I'm clipping it.
I'm not okay, guys. Oh fuck. I'm passing out! I'm passing out! Help me! Uh-oh! Help! Help me!
I gotta get it. Where'd you go?
Where'd you come from? Where? Oh, fuck.
Oh no! Oh
Get
no!
back, bad door. Oh, she's uppies.
I'm
Oh,
up!
wait.
I'm up! I can see Grim! I can see Grim! Oh my god, I can see Grim! I see Omega! Omega, you're getting closer! I'm up here! Omega, I'm up here! I'm up here, Omega! Help me! Help me!
I see.
Help me!
What does she need? Oh, a cactus.
I need health! I need health, Omega!
Okay, I see.
The cactus is unrelated! No! I need health! The cactus was. Oh god, I can't see! Put the cactus back on and carry me! Put the cactus
I
back.
don't... Oh my god, your backpack is full of energy drinks.
Put the cactus back and just carry me. Just carry me. I can't move. The cactus. My health is so low. Just carry me. Just carry me.
I don't have the capability to do that.
I can't play like this, man. Okay, someone take my backpack and I'll die.
Go.
So long, soldiers. Fare thee well.
No. Uh-oh.
I'm not taking a lot of full damage. Oh, there we go. There it goes. Bye.
Fuck you.
Baltimore.
Do you see this shit?
What shit?
I see. Wait, I have a shell fungus. Maybe I could assist.
What is
should
that?
throw it,
Oh
too.
no. No. No.
Oh
I don't even know,
Like-
man.
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna try it.
Actually, I'm gonna throw it here, maybe.
I'm gonna be honest, guys.
don't
I
know.
got like 2 achievements out of this. I consider this a win.
That's the best I could do.
Does that help? Can you make that jump?
I can't make that jump, no.
Try it. What could go wrong?
What?
Oh yeah, that
Omega on the
works.
loose.
Omega on
Omega
the
on the
loose.
loose?
Omega going feral. Maybe if you climb on it.
Oh
it'll...
shit. Ooh, I need up. Oh,
Uh-oh.
never mind. I'm actually fine right now.
Are you?
I'm fine here.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'll just.
You could. He's fine. He's just tired. If you go and grab him, it'll be fine.
No, he'll wake up. He'll wake up.
Will he?
For sure.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna wake up.
Yeah,
The sleep is
he'll
going now.
wake
He'll
up.
be fine.
Yeah, he'll
Your
wake
stream died. No, Grim. Oh, I think our shared chat also died. Yeah? I'm glad.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You were getting EP?
Oh.
That's surreal, honestly.
And that's how we got the rope to work again.
Climbed up that rope. Oh my god, that looks so fucked up.
What?
This ear holes were reacting. You like climbed up. My goodness, and make a fucking limbo. Where did Delta go? How you doing there, Delta? Alright, that good, huh? Oh, Delta. Oh, Delta. You gotta clip a
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you see the side plot I'm on.
Something bad is going to happen. Good night, Grim. I hope you sleep well. Oh, Delta. Oh no. Oh, this is really hard to watch. Oh god. Oh no.
Maybe I
I'm
should go
definitely
the way
gonna
of
be
the
messing
lemon.
around with this solo.
I should go the way of the lemon and take a cactus.
Yeah. I do like the
Yeah.
cacti. I'm proud of my cactus
Actually-
achievement. I wonder
little
what.
buddy.
Oh.
Me win a xenomorph or something, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. There they go. They had a baton the whole time. They got a cactus on their ass. Oh, that is not good. Well,
They're on top of that.
hello, Omega.
Delta, are you alive?
Delta is dead.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I went the way of the lemon.
Okay.
I just let a scorpion stung me, and then I landed.
I
My
think-
dead body landed on a cactus. That's
I
way down.
think the worst badge to get, chat, is gonna be the frisbee. The frisbee badge.
All because of me trousers.
There's got to be some way to cheese that frisbee badge. My game and entomology badge. Survive an Antillean attack. I have not even seen an Antillean yet, so that's fun. Eek.
Oh, okay, alright. I'll take it.
I don't see any more peak updates. This is a 24 karat badge. I don't know about that one. I think the aeronautics badge is just how many balloons can I stick to myself before I start taking off. Honestly.
Benor.
Oh fuck. Okay, alright. Let's try that again. Actually no, let's try it from up here.
Chat.
Fuck me.
As
Oh my God.
entertaining as watching Omega try and fail to climb this mountain is.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm gonna end stream here, guys. I think I'm finished playing Peak for today. Oh my god, it's dead. Can you eat it?
Cooked scorpion?
Is it edible?
Can you eat it?
Oh, it's so edible.
You just ate a scorpion.
Hey man, but they're
Yummy.
probably
I'm
good
alive.
protein like other bugs and such.
Yeah. Hear that, Delta?
Yeah, Delta, you're
Shrimps is
good. You're a
bugs.
good source of protein.
I guess so.
No, that's not gonna work.
Anyway, yeah, I think I'm ending stream, so you are not going to be able to hear the gang for a minute, and I'm going to go on
Oh shit. Well, fuck.
push to talk mode real quick. Oh, actually, push to mute. What am I talking about? General?
What's up?
What is the push to mute button? Oh, it's V. So in theory right now they can't hear me. I am going to end stream.
Yankees blanky.
Let me go into this setting. Actually, we are just going in push to talk mode, just for now. Right, chat. I am not gonna stream tomorrow, I don't think, because I'm busy, actually. I have to take the cats to the vet again, and I have to get up early for that, and I don't know how with it I'm gonna be. If I do stream, I will probably stream some solo Peak, unless anyone wants to join, I guess. Though I don't know about the lag issue. I might have to wait until that lag issue gets sorted. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid Omega. I don't know whether Omega's gonna keep streaming for long. But afterwards it is up to them whether they continue to stream or not. Let's raid Omega. Okay, we are raiding Omega. I will see you all maybe tomorrow, or maybe oh my god, my brain. Either tomorrow or I'm really tired. Either tomorrow or the weekend. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm so sorry, guys. My head is empty. Anyway, I will see you all soon. I love you all. Bye 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 bye.